What's going on, Internet? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, I'd like to welcome you back to the Game and Illuminati podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and it seems we're on episode 117. If you're watching the video version, this show is available on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, and all other major podcast platforms. Also, be sure to rate the show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Your 5-star rating helps us move up the algorithm, which in turn brings us new viewers in. Now, allow me to introduce you to my co-host, the first of which can be found leaning out of his brand new windows in his house. UTX JG the Don. Say what up to the people.
What's good? What's good? You know, episode 117. I've been to Dalton, bro. Literally just went to a shop to look at some couches and stuff. I'm like, wow. And I was like excited. I'm like, is this me now? Is this my life? Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's how I knew I was getting old too. I was enjoying. I was like, man, IKEA's kind of lit. Like,
yeah, man. You look at this, like, dang, I want that in my house. Let me buy it.
Fucking washed. My second co-host, he is known as the Dark Knight of Detroit, and as well as the residential game developer of GI Game and Ethos. Say what up to the people.
What up, everybody? Fun fact, I actually chased off thieves who were trying to steal my neighbor's wheels with an actual katana. That's actually a real story. I'll tell you one day.
I love that I called you the Dark Knight of Detroit. You really are. Like,
I dead ass did do that shit. Yeah.
That's crazy. Before we get into the show, free games for November 2021. I know that the month is almost over, but I mean, this episode will be out soon, so it is relative. So if you were unaware, on PlayStation, you get Knockout City, First Class Trouble, Kingdom of Amalur, The Persistence, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinner, and Until You Fall. Not bad. On Xbox, you get Moving Out, Deadlands, Rocket Knight, and Lego Batman 2, I think it was. Why did I write Batman 2? Whatever. And then on PC, you get a lot of really good games for free. On Amazon alone, I was too lazy to look up Epic, but on Amazon, you get Breaks for Losers, Control the Ultimate Edition, Demon Hunter 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Liberated, Puzzle Agent 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Rogue Hero Secret Files. So if you invest in that gaming PC, it damn near pays for itself in free games. So yeah, shout out to them. It's been a while since we've done we last did an episode, but we are getting back on a schedule where we try to be bi-weekly. And it's starting with this one. And the opening conversation that we're because a lot has happened since the last episode. The opening conversation, Apex Season 11, brand new map, brand new character, Ash, a ninja that's from actually the Titanfall universe. Brand new weapon. What was the name of the new SMG? Was it the car, I believe? Yeah, the car. It takes 2 different types of ammo, which is light and heavy. Bunch of little meta changes. I know they did a buff on what's the old electric girl's name? I forgot her name. I'm old. Watson. Yeah. A bunch of different changes. Have you guys had some time to spend time with Apex, JG?
Yeah, we had early access, all 3 of us actually.
Yeah, how did you forget?
Well, I was bro, it's a show. You gotta keep people on their edge and pretend like you know.
I got you.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, so we all had some early access. We got to play the new hero. We got to play the new map, and I first wanted to start off by saying that Apex Season 11 kind of got hold by just every other shooter that dropped, and I'm like, so when we get to it later.
I was actually gonna title this episode "Shooter Season."
Well, be careful when you.
Oh no, yeah.
You don't want the algorithm to get you.
Oh yeah, you're right. But wait, does the algorithm know if I'm black or not? They know that what I mean. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Thinking something else.
I don't know, but anyways, like, you know, we got early access, and then like I played like that first week, and like it was cool. Like it was cool getting back to Apex because I was like, you know, even still playing other single player games during that time. Ash is cool. I can see, like, you know, a lot of people have been figuring out like some dope ways to utilize like all of her abilities and stuff, and definitely her passive is like super freaking helpful when she scans the box and see, like, you know, all the other enemies on the map for a certain amount of time. So I like her kit. Her kit is dope. She's probably gonna get nerfed soon because that's pretty much how every new hero ends up being. But I like her. I like Ash being in the character, being a character in the aspect of the entire Apex universe now. So that's cool. I like the new map. The map is freaking huge, like 20% bigger than Kings Canyon. So that's just absolutely insane when we found that out. And you know, the devs were trying to, for the most part, try to prevent a lot of third party, because that has been a super like big issue when it comes to like the entire landscape, and people just don't like third party. I know Ethos has quit a million times because of that, just getting instantly frustrated. So I think they did an okay job. You're never going to be able to stop third party, and so that's just how it is. But I like the map. It just seems like a lot of times when we were playing during that first week, it was just so many places that just people don't drop to, and it was just like so hard to find people. And I get that they want to make the map bigger than the previous previous iteration, but I don't know if this was necessarily the best thing to do, just because like it was just so freaking big, and it was just so many places you can drop. So we'll see how that ends up, as we go down the line with how people overall receive this map. But like I said, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I only played it for a week, and I dropped it because literally after that, then other games came out. So I kind of feel like just EA it's like, I know they need to drop another season, need to drop another hero, but this is just a really, really convoluted time with just so many other games out. So I didn't really get the biggest time playing Apex as I wanted to. So we'll see how it ends up going. Like pretty much all the hardcore people are still on Apex, but everybody else has moved on to other shooters. Like it's just so many other things that you can play right now. So it's cool though. I like Apex Season 11, but I just wish I had a little bit more time to sit down and really play it.
Yeah, freaking I'm kind of in the, I don't know if you guys have heard, I'm just kind of been on TV lately, been kind of busy, so I really haven't had time to play a lot of Apex, and it sucks because it is still my favorite shooter. I only really got to play it in the preview event, and then I got to play the first day that it came out. But I will say, the small sample size that I have had, I do enjoy the new map, the new gun. I love the fact that it takes 2 different ammo types, so like you don't ever have to worry about being low ammo and when it's like the final circle or whatever. The little bit that I got to play with Ash, she's cool. She doesn't feel like she's OP, and I also haven't seen anybody in the community really bitching about her. I know a lot of people were worried that little tether move she does was OP, but I remember playing it in the preview and thinking like, nah, you got to be pretty precise with it. It's like a small AoE. So I was like, she doesn't feel overpowered, and then her ult is only one way. It's not like what's her name's Race. So I was like, she feels okay for the most part, a little bit, but I could be wrong because I haven't had a lot of experience. I'm pretty sure somebody will correct me. But for the most part, I'm enjoying it. I like it for what it is. They said they were going to address the servers, but I don't know how it is now, but I know on that launch day, it wasn't that great. I don't know, maybe one of y'all can speak to that. How was it for you, Jay, with the servers?
Hey, you remember what happened with us, Ethos, when we played duos? We played duos, we won a game, it literally like it errored out, and we got kicked out like multiple times that first day. Like that first day was rough.
No, I mean outside of the first day though.
Outside of it got a little better. I haven't heard anybody bitching about it, so I'm assuming that it's way better than what it was, because like I said, I barely played season 10. I was playing other things, and I heard so many people talking about it. I was like, oh, what's going on? Like I didn't even know that they were having issues. So I think it's gotten better. I haven't heard anybody like just outright saying that it's that the servers are crap. So I think it's gotten better. But that first day was super rough.
For sure. What are your thoughts, Ethos, on everything Apex Season 11?
I agree with everything JG said.
Brilliant take, brilliant.
Yes, brilliant. I have nothing to add. JG just murdered it. It was fun for how long it lasted. I played it for a week and then I dropped it because then other shooters were coming out. But for the time that I did play, I did enjoy it. Yeah. Do
you guys feel like we'll come back to Apex after shooter season is over?
Me personally, probably not. Just me.
Yeah, I'm fighting with myself about it. I think we will, like, at least for a week, just because, like, we're EA creators or game creators, whatever the hell they want to call themselves now. So yeah, we're EA Shield. Yeah, we're EA Shield. So we're probably
checks are in the mail.
right. So we're probably get early access or something. So like, I know I'll play it, but honestly, like with the other games that we're going to talk about, it's gonna be rough, bro. Like, do I want to play a BR game that's going to rely, heavily on RNG, or do I want to play like an actual structured shooter that like makes sense and the servers are fine? So that's what I'm going to be fighting with. It's going to be hard, like, because that
sounds like a fun time and a time
rare,
that's not fun. How are you fighting between those two choices?
Yeah, I mean it's not fun at all, and I guess I'll see as I get there, right?
Freaking
we'll see when we get there.
What's the name? I feel like I'll circle back to it like here and there because I still genuinely do love the game. But yeah, it's so many shooters that have come out, and it really depends on how long Halo holds my attention. If it does, then I probably won't spend as much time with Apex because Halo is the new hot chick in town. And then I'm not gonna lie, man, the Call of Duty like Vanguard streams I've been doing, I don't really care that much about the game, but the streams I've been doing have been funny as shit because like they be talking in the Vanguard servers, and it's not like surprisingly like super toxic. It's like funny just trolling in the lobbies, and it makes for like I don't get to stream as much as often, so it's like when I do get to stream, I want it to be entertaining when it can be. So like I might be streaming a little bit of that too.
Let's get into it, because you said you reviewed the game. You reviewed the game on G4, and you told us before that you actually like it. So I would love to hear like your unfiltered thoughts about Vanguard.
Man.
I mean, it runs smoothly. The guns shoot like lasers. It's beautifully optimized. I don't know. The game just feels good. I can't explain it. Like it just feels fluid and concise. And then I guess now that I'm getting older, I just appreciate Call of Duty more in a sense that it's fun to just, now that I have a 9 to 5, as you motherfuckers like the joke, I appreciate games where I could just hop in and out. That's why I also appreciate Halo. Like I was a little bit worried. I mean, I can say this, I can give y'all behind the scenes stories and shit like that. I did not get the show notes for the first episode of X-Play until the day before. I didn't know what the fuck we were doing, but my gut told me there was no way we were not talking about fucking Halo because it dropped, and I was like, I needed to play that game, but they had me on set shooting pre-taped content all day, and then I needed to get my workout in, so I did not get to play Halo until like 11 p.m. on West Coast time, and I ran that to like I got like 2.5 hours in just so I could form an opinion on that shit. I was like, okay. I was like, this shit is lit. What the fuck was I talking about? I'm tired.
I'm about Halo.
This man, what does that pertain to Call of Duty? I lost my train of thought.
That's crazy. Just like how the season happened. He went from Call of Duty all the way to immediately Halo.
Listen, bro, I've had a lot on my plate in the last fucking month. Okay, I'm stressed out. I'm fucking tired. They had me playing a million different games. Okay, but Call of Duty Vanguard. I don't know. I enjoy it for what it is. I was saying I appreciate Halo the same way. I only got to play like 2.5 hours before I was able to like turn it off and go to bed because I had to be up in the morning. But in that 2.5 hours, I was able to get like 12, 13 games in. So I had played enough different modes and felt enough of the mechanics where I was able to form at least like a first impression. And the same thing with like Call of Duty, although I played that for like a week straight. I just appreciate games more now that I'm older, where I can hop in and out and just get in a game or two, because some of these games are like, they're a fucking commitment. They're like your girlfriend, like your fucking wife, and this shit is annoying, bro. So it's fun, it's fluid, it's fucking Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie, I just like, compared to the other Call of Duties, I don't know, they didn't really talk that much in Cold War from what I remember. And I honestly didn't spend a lot of time with Modern Warfare because that shit bricked my PC, so fuck that game. But Call of Duty Vanguard is just simple fun. I like it more for the community. It makes for great content on YouTube, and they're not like OD toxic. It's like a fun toxic to me. So like that's why I enjoy it. It's just for fucking entertainment purposes. It's like the greatest game ever in terms of mechanics. It's fucking Call of Duty, bro. But I like it more than Cold War. What about y'all?
So you want to troll? Okay, I get it.
It's because I'm the Joker. Y'all know. Come on.
Well, I haven't played Call of Duty Vanguard. I did not buy it, and I don't plan on buying it. But when me and Ethos were playing a beta, I was like, this game actually feels okay. Like, I'm still 100% against going back in time. I don't care what you're going to show me. Like, I'm just over that. I'm over going back to any World Wars or Vietnam or whatever. Like, I don't want to go back in the past. So that was like why I was instantly turned off. But mechanically, like, the game did feel okay, and I did enjoy the different pacing options. I know a lot of people were complaining about that because they're like, well, if I want to play the highest option, Blitz, like, I still end up getting put in some of the lower ones. But that's just because, like, you are not going to be able to 100% successfully be able to filter that out when people are doing matchmaking. Like, it's going to be impossible. Not everybody's going to be able to play the same playlist. So unless you want to wait for like 5-10 minutes in order for you to get into a game, then you kind of got to realize that, like, that's just how it's going to be. So like that part makes sense. But I get it. It's frustrating. Like, if you want to play a different pacing, then you end up getting put in another one. You're like, well, I didn't pick this. So like, well, why the hell am I in this one? So I get that part. And it looks like the customization, which is just ridiculous because it's World War freaking 2. Like, I don't understand what the customization is so deep, but it is. I guess it's just what Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was looking at that shit. I was like, was this all in the war? Which, can I add another thing to it for like those who have not played Vanguard? One of the reasons I was originally turned off from this shit because I was like, oh my god, they're going back to World War II. But I was forced to play it because G4 put me on it. Once I played the game, it's World War II. but like the guns shooting a dog. I'm telling you, bro. Like the LMG is a fucking laser. It does not shoot like World War II guns, bro. So you don't have to worry. It's a point and shoot game. It's very casual. I know Call of Duty fan. It's casual as fuck. If you just want to play fucking laser tag, that's what it is. But go ahead, my boy.
True, but yeah, but so that's cool. I see that they still ended up putting all the customization in there, so that's all right. And for the maps that I played, like the maps don't seem terrible. Like there's always gonna be one map that you don't like, but the maps were all right. So like I said, if Call of Duty was the only shooter out like this year, besides the live service games, like maybe I would try it out. But it's impossible for me to say that out of all the shooters that are out this year that came out within the last few months that I would play Call of Duty. Like it's impossible. I would never say that. Like I've been past the point of Call of Duty. Like I took Call of Duty for what it is after Black Ops 2. So at this point, at this iteration, with Call of Duty still coming out every year, no, I'm not going to play Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm not going to spend my money on that. Even if you gave it to me for free, like I would play it for one day. I'll get that little time for it, and then I'll put it back down. Like I'm not playing it. Like I don't care. But I get your point though. Like especially with you having a regular 9 to 5 again. Like you just want to come home and you don't get to stream like that. So like it makes sense for you to just lay back and get some games in and troll some people. So for you that makes sense. But for me, like I still have even more less time than you, because at least your job is centered around playing video games, whether you get to live streaming or not. But like I still would not want to play it like this. Still doesn't appeal to me, so I'm good.
What about you, Ethos?
I'm also in a same situation as you, that I had somebody force me to do a review for it. So yeah, so I kind of got the game for free to do it.
Wait, who'd you review it for?
The MMO Bomb.
Oh, okay.
I haven't finished it. I haven't done the review yet. It's not done yet. I should have done it, but because of Halo, I've been procrastinating it. But
Allegedly,
if they're listening to this, I promise you I'm working on it. It's just but it's a game that honestly makes me feel numb. I really didn't feel anything when I played Vanguard. Like I went through the whole, I don't know if you played the campaign, TBH. I played
no, they put Sessler on that.
Okay, yeah.
Fun fact, they put me on the multiplayer because he's terrible at multiplayer games. That's why he did the
single
single player.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time playing the single player campaign. Really wasn't anything special. The only thing I thought was really cool was the final mission. They do this cool thing with the camera where they have you swapping perspectives of the group, the specialist group that you play as in the middle of the mission. And I was like, damn, if y'all had done this for like the whole campaign, I would have thought this would have been really like a cool mix up, but they only do it for like one. And then they give all of them like a one special ability that they use for each of their campaign missions. I think the character writing is pretty interesting. Some of the characters they have are kind of interesting in their stories, but I think as a cohesive campaign, I think it kind of misses more than it hits. There's especially the one where you're flying in the plane. That mission was just terrible. I almost got close to quitting and uninstalling like TBH because that mission felt terrible to control.
Big uninstall.
Yeah, I was about to big uninstall for real. Playing the multiplayer, I agree with you. Like, I think it's competent. I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't feel any, I don't know how to describe it. I don't feel anything when I play it. It's kind of like what you said. Like, I just feel like I'm just running the mill, like what we've done for like the past couple of years. And like, I'm very hard on like not trying to say, oh, it's just this game with a new skin on it. But like, it really feels like they took like Modern Warfare 2019, made it a bit faster, and then they put a World War II skin on it. And I think that's unfortunate because like I see areas of the game where it's just like, oh, this is something unique or different. Oh, this is kind of cool. But like, there's just not enough of it for me to feel like, okay, this feels like a whole brand new experience from what we've played for the past like 2 years straight. So I'm kind of on the same boat as JG. Like I have not touched it ever since Battlefield came out. I have not touched it since. And on top of that, like I haven't touched it on top of that because of Halo as well.
I think
there's just so many better games.
I think the word you use, competent, is actually a good way to like review the game. It's competent. It's something to play. Like if you just when you want to freaking like you can tell they're like running out of ideas with Call of Duty because there's just some stupid shit in this fucking game. Like there's an RC racer in the game for people who haven't played it.
Yeah,
but it's a little mini tank or whatever. And the first time I summoned that shit, I had to stop and squint at the monitor. I'm like, I'm a history buff. I'm like, I don't think that was in World War II, bro. For somebody who's trying to tout this realism and shit, bro. Like you could tell, just put another RC racer in there. You could tell they're running out of ideas when they do stuff like, and like the weapon customization that JG was talking about. I don't think
Red
they had all them
dots
stocks and grips and shit in fucking World War II, man. Like maybe I'm wrong, but and red
the
dots.
mags and stuff.
Yeah.
Mags can't even be outfitted for this type of weapon that they're
But
doing.
it's they're just trying to appease the community because if it's not in the game, they'll complain. And an
Yeah.
example is a game I was actually in. It's in one of my little trolling videos I did. This dude was bitching the whole match because he was like, I need flashbangs. I need flashbangs. I'm like, nigga, there was no flashbangs in World War II. What are you talking about, bro?
I just had a flashbang, bro. I'd get them all.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, maybe they should have put flashbangs in there. They had RC racers, so fuck it. Why not?
I kind of see the games as like, obviously this game is far from the realm of real. I mean, Call of Duty have always been from the far realm of realism at this point, but I kind of see it. It's kind of weird. I think of it when I played it. It reminds me of The Expendables. I don't know if you remember that. But it was that like action movie. They have like I think 3 movies.
Yeah, no, just about.
Yeah, the ones with all the like the high action characters, they all come together for a goal, and they're all it's OD and shit. It reminds me of that, like especially when you play the multiplayer with the like cutscenes and shit at the beginning and the end, where it's just like, oh, we're killing not boom, 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 like all this crazy over the top shit. I'm just like, this reminds me like it feels like the devs wanted to make something that was way more like over the top and like crazy action hero like style than what Call of Duty's used to, and like Activision might have reeled them in and been like, no, make it a little bit more like Modern Warfare, make it more grounded. Because I feel like they could have gone a little bit more like over the top and crazy about it, but they just chose not to. And that's why it's just It's all, It's just
meh out of 10.
This is a meh.
And then like zombies, like what
Zombies
happened?
terrible.
I actually
Nobody
forgot
talked about it.
That
Yeah,
shit's
nobody
terrible.
talked about zombies. I was like, damn, it must
I
have
played that
sucked.
shit for 10 minutes and I turned that shit off. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, everybody
Wow.
I've heard play it, they said it was fucking awful.
It's
So-
like bare bones, isn't it? Like they don't have like the
They didn't put no
full-fledged,
effort in.
like
It's
story
not even-
and Easter eggs and stuff.
I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not even round based anymore. I think that's been the issue, is that like they basically it was like don't fix what isn't broken, and they just changed the way the zombies functions from like what Treyarch's formula, the tried and true Treyarch formula. They just changed it for some fucking reason, which made
Yeah.
no sense because it never had an issue to begin with.
That's actually why they did a zombie skit in the actual Vanguard review, because like nobody wanted to touch that shit because it was so fucking whack. Like everybody was saying it,
I
so
saw.
they just made a joke out of it.
Well,
It is what it is. Another joke, EA. Fucking Battlefield 2042 has released to very mixed reviews. A lot of technical issues, but a lot of fun to be had here. So a lot of people are having trouble forming opinions on it. There's been a great disconnect because like, you know, professional critics, from what I've seen, like on the average, people are giving it like an 8-ish around that area. Lowball like a 7, but then like, you know, the fans or the actual people who are buying the game, I'm seeing like 2s and 3s out of 10s and shit like that because of the technical issues with it. Very hard game to score because in my opinion it is fun, but I'd be an idiot not to sit here and address the actual issues. But I'm actually curious to hear some of y'all thoughts with Battlefield 2042. What do you think, Ethos?
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat. I think before Battlefield 2042 came out, like I have said it multiple times, I even said on like podcasts that I haven't done in forever. I was saying, I was like, it has the remnants of being like the GOAT. Like it definitely has, in my opinion, the foundation of being like one of the greatest Battlefield games that we've ever had. I think that as time had went on, they started to like show more of the game, and certain design decisions they made seemed to like not mesh well with the community, like the specialist shit, which me personally I didn't really have an issue about. Like I personally like hero based stuff, but that's just my opinion. But I don't know, I feel like this is one of the few games where it's just like I feel like I'm just completely out of the loop of what the community likes or wants, and that's kind of a weird spot to be in, because I think Battlefield 2042 does a lot of interesting things, and I think Battlefield's been in this sort of like identity crisis for a minute. And I feel like it's been trying to like replicate that feeling that like OG 3 and 4 gave for a lot of people. But at the same time, I feel like if it just straight up copies just copies and pastes it, then it just gets criticized as it's just another Battlefield game. And I just believe it's the opposite of Call of Duty. I think they did a lot with this game, and they did a lot of different things that hardcore Battlefield fans just wouldn't give a chance to. Like before the game came out, they just seemed to be harping on like already like setting it up to fail. We're convinced it was going to be a terrible game regardless before the game came out, and now I think we're just stuck in this like weird like Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm just in a Twilight Zone right now. Like I think the game's good. I agree with you, TBH. There's obviously technical issues, but I'm not one of these fucking like alarmist crazy people out here that are trying to act like this is the worst launch I've ever seen for a Battlefield game by far. When I remember the days, like I'm a war veteran, bro. Like y'all can check the stats. Like I was there when BF3 launched. I was there when BF4 launched, and no one in their right mind can tell me that this game launched is worse than BF4's. Like you cannot convince me of that at all. BF4 by far still had the worst launch of all time.
BF4 actually blue screen my PC. 2042 did not.
It did that, and on top of that, like the netcode was absolutely busted in that shit. It was not working, and not only that, like it crashed constantly. They used stupid ass battle log, that website thing. It was a terrible launch of Battlefield, and the crazy part is now it is revered as one of the best Battlefields that they wanted this game to be. They wanted to be BF4, but no one wants to like be honest here and be like, this is what I was telling you earlier. Is like the truth is, and whether like you like to hear it or not, and I get there's all the whole argument, oh, my game should just work day one. I totally get that. But the truth is, if you look at the history of Battlefield games for the past 5 of them, none of them have launched in a good state. None of them have. Like from BF3, BF3 had issues with netcode issues as well. BF3 had server issues as well at launch. BF3 had the bugs, remember the long necks and everything like that? They had their own set of bugs for BF3, but they fixed them. BF4, absolutely broken. They fixed it. Battlefield 1 had similar issues. People complained about the
said in my review,
and they fixed it. BF5, oh, do I even need to start with BF5? How many people bitched about BF5? And then over time, they fixed it and made it better. So like for me, I feel like I look at it like this. Call of Duty is more of a, if you play it in the honeymoon period, that's its best, like it tastes best. Like it's like McDonald's fries. If you have McDonald's fries, that's Call of Duty. If you eat it the moment you get it, the fries are fire. You eat it anytime past that, a couple hours later or an hour later, they're cold, it's nasty, you don't like it, it tastes like shit. Versely, I feel like Battlefield is different than that. Battlefield for me is like a fine wine. If you open it up, the moment you get it, you're gonna get something that's all right, but has some issues or not the greatest shit you ever had. But if you give it time to like settle and you give it time to mature, you're gonna end up with like a really phenomenal game like a year later, 2 years later down the line. I think people just forgot that shit.
That's kind of why I scored it the way I did, because like I know not even a year, probably 3 months from now, the game is going to be in a way better state, and people are going to completely forget about that. So I kind of wanted to future proof it, but also I called it a love letter to fans because that portal is dope. It's fire. Okay, it's a lot of, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I remember I turned to Frost and I'm like, yo, I was like, I actually really enjoyed that Hazard Zone mode. And she's like, it's crazy because that was my favorite part too. But it's like Ethos said, a lot of people don't like new shit. They just bitch about shit, bro. They don't even get, and the crazy part is you probably didn't even give it a chance. So like, okay, you don't like Hazard Zone, then they gave you the portal. You literally, whatever you think Battlefield is fucking supposed to be, you can make it now. And that's why I said it in my review. It's a love letter to fans, but like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you motherfuckers are crazy, bro. Whatever.
That's the thing. That's the thing that blows my mind about this whole discourse about this game is that like people bitched all the way to launch. Like, I don't know why people acted like they didn't know what Portal was. Like, I felt like EA did a good job marketing it.
Oh, they definitely did.
Yeah.
Because it actually, that was what got me excited about the game.
Yeah, and I was like, me and JG were playing Battlefield 3 Portal, and I remember me and JG, we almost cried, bro. Like, it felt literally like how it felt when we played it years ago, a decade ago when we played it. And the crazy part is, I don't understand this argument of people trying to say, this isn't real Battlefield, the specialists aren't part of Battlefield, I don't like this thing about Battlefield. It's like, well, if you have an issue with it, there's a whole part of the game, a whole segment of the game, where you can turn it into exactly what you want it to be. But, like, people just disregard that completely and be like, oh, this shit's trash and da-da-da, and I'm just like, I don't understand why waste your breath bitching about something that is actually already solvable, that you can actually fix and do. Like, DICE literally was like, all right, if we don't know how to make a fucking Battlefield game, here, you make it then. So, hey,
Ethos,
there you go.
Ethos. I just got, my Cash App just got hit. The check just cleared from EA. All right.
Oh, okay.
Did you get yours?
Oh, so hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be that monthly check.
That's a joke, by the way.
They still owe me. They still owe me for Anthem, apparently.
Yo, it's so sad that we're in this day and like I have to state that it's a fucking joke, pussies. JG, what did you think?
Yeah, so Battlefield 2042, we were like super excited to play this. Like, this was going to be the squad game, right? Like, we're all going to hop on it. We were going to hop on the Battlefield. Like, even A9 was excited because he don't even get to play a game like that. But he was excited for Battlefield. When we played it, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have as much fun playing Battlefield 2042. Like, that specific mode, Breakthrough and regular Conquest, I didn't have fun. I thought that playing with more players, like, because we're so used to playing with 64 players, playing with 128 players, like, Like we thought it was going to be just craziness on the battlefield, but it was going to be fun. But it's chaos. It's utter chaos. Like it just did not feel fun. Like just being on those maps and going through these sections, trying to capture these sections or breakthrough, which is basically like rush. Like that wasn't as fun for me. And I hate to say that because like I love Battlefield, but like I just didn't like that portion. But what I did like was Portal. Like Portal was super freaking fun. And like we said, when we played Battlefield 3, like we played that portion, I was like, oh my god, like it felt like just the nostalgia just hit me. So like we played that, we played 1942, we played Bad Company 2. Like playing all of those was super freaking fun. And I think that's where honestly this game shines, because this can easily be EA and DICE's live service Battlefield now. Like you can just consistently just add more stuff to Portal, add more maps, add more guns. You can add stuff just to all of these old Battlefield games, and then people can just come up with some crazy servers for whatever you want to play. Like whatever you can think of, you can play, and that's going to increase the longevity of this game, because it literally do whatever the hell you want. It's like freaking Mario Maker now for Battlefield. Like you can do whatever the hell you want. So I think that's where it shines. And Hazard Zone was cool too. I like the concept. I like that they didn't go just full BR, because we know that DICE's take on BR just freaking sucked. So like nobody liked it at all. Yeah, it was terrible. But Hazard Zone, I like that concept because it's more like the Division now. Like you gotta just get in, get your stuff and get out, and well, minus the because they don't have NPCs here fighting you, just PvP on this one, but it's kind of like in that concept. So like I can stomach that. It wasn't the most fun that I had, but I definitely had more fun playing Hazard Zone than I did playing the base Battlefield 2042. But again, where it shined was playing Portal. So it's like I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time I'm not, because I know that at the end of the day, if I really just want to get that Battlefield experience, like I can just play Portal and I can just go into somebody else's server and we can just have some crazy ass matches. But the only dislike that I really had is that they pretty much took the XP out of if you go into a custom server. Like I get that people boost, you're not gonna be able to stop that. So I wish that Battlefield and DICE would just bring at least a little bit of XP progression if you're going to do some custom servers or whatever, because I would definitely like that. But other than that, like I think Portal was dope. I don't think that it's it's fair to just constantly bash EA and DICE for the technical glitches, because like Etho just said, every Battlefield has had these issues. So if you're a true Battlefield fan, like
you would know that.
yeah, you would deal with it, right? So like I don't understand why people are just like outright dunking this game because of some issues at launch. I think that's just the increased entitlement of the gaming community now. But I freaking love Portal. Portal's freaking dope. But Battlefield 2042, that base mode, I can deal without it.
Yeah, most of my fun did come from Hazard Zone and then like the Portal. And I actually agree with you, JG. Like I did notice I wasn't having as much. I had some fun, but I wasn't having as much fun with traditional Conquest, because like the idea when we first heard of 120 plus players like on the map or whatever, I was like, oh, this is gonna be lit. Then it actually did it, and it's like, it's a little too much. But like I guess it doesn't piss me off because it's a simple fix. That is like, okay, it's DICE was trying to do something new and they dropped the ball. The community doesn't seem to be like, because I've heard the same sentiment online that it's a little too chaotic, and I agree. It's a simple fix. All they got to do is put a rotational mode into there, or they can just add it permanently where it's only six. Yeah, it's a playlist where it's only the traditional 64. So I'm like, why is everybody so mad? Like all the community has to do is keep voicing that opinion. They'll patch that shit in.
TBH, guess where you can do that?
In Portal.
Yes, in Portal you can actually give 2042 64 players. Yeah, you could actually lower the player count, and you could prove that point that it feels way better by that point. But the problem is too, when you do that, they're gonna have to make adjustments to the map, because the maps have been designed for those big ass 128 players. So if you lower the player count, now you're gonna have the issue of there's not enough people. I can't find anybody to shoot at. I think I agree. I think they need to like. Remember how like on the console version of like Conquest, they would like actually make the map smaller and shit like that because they couldn't host all the people. I think they need to do that. I do agree. I think out of the weakest modes, I think All Out Warfare is bad. I'm not bad. I'm sorry. Is like the worst of them all. I don't think it's. I like the changes they made. I do like some of the mechanical things that they've done. In regards to like the whole specialist system and everything, I think the issue is not even with the specialists. I think the issue is really with the gadgets. I think if they did limit the gadgets within like each category, because it's not like the specialists are still classes, like they're still engineers, they're still assault, they have their own like categories. They're just like the best I describe it is like the specialists are basically subclasses of the 4 original classes that you've played all the time in Battlefield. It's just now they're specializations that specifically hone in on specific mechanics. And I'll be honest with you, like, I think a lot of it is players need to like really try to figure it out and try it out, because I do agree some of the specialists I feel are worthless and don't feel like they mesh very well. Like, was it the Samaritan, the Angel, Constantine, or whatever it is? I feel like he just doesn't mesh well. But I will say is like people are they're underrating a lot of the other specialists, like the Indian dude who's the hacker. A lot of people will bitch about the vehicle warfare in the game, like, oh, this helicopter's tearing us up, but like he can single-handedly like disable that chopper and give you the chance to like I didn't think about this during the time, but because I was complaining, oh, he just keeps flaring, he just keeps running away and flaring. Like, but if you hack him and then you hit him with the anti-air, and that's the teamwork aspect, and you tell your teammates, all right, hit him now, he won't be able to use his flares, or he won't be able to like do it in his. You basically be a sitting duck and you can kill him. And like that's where aspects where I see from a design standpoint, like DICE did design a lot of these specialists to work together. I just don't think the player base has even considered half of it, of like how you actually can like sync with certain specialists to make them work well together to take out certain objectives. I don't think people have really considered that. They just think they're just all these lone wolf type of characters, but I really don't think they are. I just think players need time to really dig deep and find where those moments are where people can work together. But I haven't seen it, and me personally, like, I feel like this is the same level of teamwork that I've seen in all Battlefields. Some people are going to work with you, some people aren't. You know, it really just comes down to that. I think there's quality of life stuff that I think BF5 brought that I think is missing in this game, and they need to put it back into the game. But for the most part, I agree with you, TBH. I think what you have here, in my opinion, is a very solid foundation of a game that has a really good core and good fundamental systems that I think they can add content to and build off of to make it into that great game that BF4 became and BF3 became. So
I don't care.
I definitely say it'll be interesting in a year to see.
I don't care what people say. I think the Battlefield community is made up of a lot of fucking losers, because when Battlefield 5 came out, you niggas bitched about, oh, they got women and this shit and all this. Fucking Battlefield 1. People was mad in my review because I said I didn't really like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about World War 1. I'm over World War 2 as well. So yeah, I enjoyed Battlefield 2042. It just sucks Halo came out because it's better. Anyways,
that is
because I definitely would be playing more of them. I was like, damn, but that shit dropped. I was like, God damn it, fucking Microsoft.
I wanted to play Battlefield.
Yeah, let me enjoy this shit,
do it, bro.
So yeah, we might as well segue into that. So like, it's been rumored for a while that they were gonna, at least for like a week, that they were gonna surprise drop the multiplayer section of Halo, and lo and behold, it was true. I remember when I got that call, I was actually on set shooting a video, and then Golden Boy comes running, yo, they dropped Halo. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, yo, I'm at work, and what the fuck, right? And then it pissed me off. It pissed me off, right, too, because I bought an Xbox to bring into the office to play games, and these motherfuckers swiped my Xbox and put it in the damn stream room because they don't have one yet. I was like, y'all could borrow it this week, so I was like, I couldn't even play it at my damn work desk.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it surprise dropped. Hey, what's the name? JG, you the big Halo guy. How we feeling about the multiplayer?
Oh man, this man was going crazy, dog.
Bro, I was so upset. Like, this is the most bittersweet moment that I've had in gaming in a long time. It's like, bro, I wanted to get a good, amount of time. Like, I would have got 2 weeks at least to play Battlefield 2042 just by itself, nonstop. No, 343 just wants to drop it. So we were like, what the fuck? I was literally on my way home and watching the live stream, and I was like 10 minutes away from my house, and I was like, oh, they fucking did it. They dropped it. So I just raced home and hurried up and downloaded it. But oh my god, when I hopped on the game, like, I hate to say it, bro, like, it because there's no perfection in video games, but I feel like just at the core of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, this game is damn near perfect. Like, it feels so freaking good. Like, and like, just me playing on keyboard and mouse when I played so much on controller, like, it still feels natural to me, and that's just crazy because I thought that I would never like be as good as I once was playing with the controller. But like, just everything feels good. Like, of course there are like some weapons out of the new weapons, and I'm just like, why do you even have this? Like the Ravager, for example, that gun fucking sucks. But like, just at the core, like the BR, the pistols, the ARs, like, everything just feels good. Like, and there are no like really bad maps except for like one, but that's because they put it on 4v4, so I don't really understand why they did that. But like, just at the core, bro, like, this game is so freaking amazing, and it's bringing back all the feels. Like, I feel like I'm about to get back in my bag again. Like, I'm about to be just a super freaking sweat on this game. Like, it's that good.
Xbox Fly as Avatar.
Bro, yeah,
He's
seriously, like
back.
I'm about to be back for real. So like that's good, man. Like I didn't think that 343, because 343 has been getting shit on ever since Halo 4 dropped. Because I remember when Bungie gave them the range like midway after Halo 3 came out, and everybody was like, "What the hell are they doing? They don't know how to make a Halo." Da da da. And then like people were just upset at Halo 4, and it wasn't well received as the previous iterations. And then Halo 5, like it just kind of got worse. People weren't really talking about it. People weren't really playing it. But I think they really redeemed themselves. They redeemed themselves with this one, and that surprise drop, like it literally just bit into the entire player base of Call of Duty and Battlefield all at the same time, and even Apex if you want to even go that far. Like I don't know how they did it. I don't know why they decided to do it. I understand it's the 20th anniversary, but they basically shit on everybody's lunch right now. They took everybody's lunch, and it's just crazy. So yeah, they did a great job. I will say my negative though, because I definitely do have negative, even though I said this game is damn near perfect. One negative is the progression system with the battle pass. I understand that like they're going to bring out the next season in May, they said, but it takes way too freaking long to level up at all. Like I don't understand why it takes so freaking long. Because even though I love this game to death right now, am I going to play this game straight through until May? No, we were just literally talking about February and how many games they're going to hit us with then. So that's going to be super hard for me to freaking do. But we'll see how it is. They need to change the playlist. I understand that this is the first week and it wasn't supposed to come out then, but I need a Slayer only playlist, please, because I can play objectives, but I don't want to play a mixed mode. Like I just need a Slayer only playlist. And this ranking system, I don't understand what's going on with the ranking system. We need like actual numbers and statistics to show us like who's in who's rank and how do you actually level up. So those are like some of the like small things that I can nitpick on, but overall, man, like I haven't played just a regular like 4v4, 5v5, 6v6, just traditional shooter and had this much fun in a long time. We've been playing a lot of BR games, like we just literally got done talking about Apex. That's my favorite shooter until Halo Infinite came out. Now I'm just like going to be 100% on Halo Infinite. And sorry Battlefield, sorry Call of Duty, sorry Apex. Like this game is so fucking good.
Did you say anything, Ethos? I don't remember.
No, I did not say anything.
Would you like to say something, Ethos?
Oh, about Halo? Well, yeah, I guess. It's a good game.
That shit is good.
It's a good game. Let me see. I've never been a huge Halo person. I've always been more of a Gears person and playing other games and shit like that during the time when Halo was in its like highest form. But I'm glad 343 got a dub here. Definitely was. I loved playing it during the beta. All the issues I had in the beta from like a technical standpoint got fixed with this final release. So I think that's the thing too. I think a lot of people are inflating the Halo Infinite right now just because like it's a very polished and it works. And it works really and it runs very well compared to like right now the other shooters right now, whether it's like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty just lacks any sort of imagination, but it runs solid. In Battlefield, like they did a lot of stuff with it, but it just doesn't run as like stable as like Halo does. And I think Halo is like a good middle ground of both. But I also think that like it's important to note too is that I don't think Halo is like perfect either. I think Halo has low key. I think Halo is starting to show little issues here and there. I mean, obviously there was the Battle Pass issue, which was like the biggest one that's been yelled at. But now that I've been playing the game for a lot longer, like I think there are those conversations that need to be had about like, is the ranking system accurate? How the fuck does the system work? It seems very different from what a lot of people expect it to be. What are the statistics? Like, how is the system actually determining how good we are? Is there like any issues we should be aware of? Is it going to reset when the full game comes out of beta, or are we going to be able to keep our ranks? I also think that right now, another thing about it is, I know some people have been talking about like the content seems a little bit low. I don't really know how much weight that holds. I will say that I have felt that like maybe there could have been a little bit more big team battle, because I think there's only 3 big team battle maps.
I actually did not enjoy Big Team Battle when I got to play it.
I actually like it, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like a nice little distraction. But I think I've been way more into arena. Yeah, like I like it for like a kind of like Call of Duty type, like where I want to just go and have fun with the sandbox and just do funny shit. Like I don't play it to be competitive.
Probably because there's no armor lock. I can't flip any tanks, bro.
No, fuck you. Fuck you.
I'll never apologize for the shit I do. I like to see the world burn.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm gonna say that shit on G4 next week.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Get more dislikes.
Let's go. G4 villain.
Producers give you feedback. Don't ever talk about armor lock again. That's like NFTs.
I told them niggas, I said, I'm fully prepared to be the G4 villain.
I think the other thing right now is I think it needs there needs to be some overhauling of the progression system, because it's kind of wild to me that like we're in 2021 and this game like has no leveling system at all. Like there's no simple like just playing the game, I have a number beside my account. That doesn't even exist. There's no right now progression of like actual skill. Like I don't feel like I'm getting any like equipment or pieces of armor that's just like, oh yeah, that was like to show that I was really good at the game. It's just literally like you have to pay $10 to buy into the system so that you can even get armor to begin with. And I think that's kind of like really fucked up and goes against kind of like what I've always felt like Halo has always been about. But I will say, like, if you look at it outside of like the whole progression system and everything else, like, you know, like the stickiness of the game, if you will, I will say that out of all the shooters this season, like it is by far the strongest from like a mechanical standpoint. Like it is the most. I have not played a shooter in years that has felt this well balanced day one. Like that is something I will give Halo. No, like
yeah, I never felt like I was getting cheated when I was playing.
Never
like,
once
I just got outplayed.
I've never once played one match in this game where I felt I got hoed because someone had a weapon that I felt was unfair, or that I got hoed off some BS. Everything feels like if they killed me with it, it felt fair of how they killed me with it. And I don't think there's any weapon in the game right now where I'm just like, that needs to be tuned. That's ridiculous, or that's too strong, or that's too weak. I think that extra delay time, like they really tuned their multiplayer sandbox really well. And I love that like they brought thrusters back, because I personally like advanced move, but I like that they put it as equipment, so it's a good middle ground. A lot of this is a lot of good compromising between people who are old heads and new people who like advanced movement. It feels like it's a very good middle ground. Like,
yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like I feel like 343 finally nailed down the pace, because like five was way too fast. But then they wanted to do something new. But see, I feel like they found the right pacing finally, where it feels good mechanically. The shooting is great. Just the way the flow it all flows. One thing that I did notice, and maybe I'm wrong because I haven't played enough, but like a small critique I had is like finding the weapons was kind of a pain in the ass to me, because like they were all against the wall and a lot of the weapons were like kind of like gray or whatever, so like a lot of times it blended. I was like, where the fuck is the gun?
You can't see.
Yeah, I couldn't see it blended into the wall, so like it took me a while to get used to that.
If you press Z, you have a scanner that will scan the battlefield and like right off your HUD visor, and it'll ping where things are like near you.
Nobody
so you can figure out what it is.
That.
They don't tell you that. Yeah, I think you need to be in the academy. I didn't know that until someone told me that. Like I barely use it, but like when I'm occasionally trying to like desperately grab a different weapon, then I ping it really quick so I can figure out.
Yeah, because one thing that was kind of frustrating me playing is like the time that I did play, I mostly ran the default machine gun or whatever, the AR. Like I like to run like the DMRs or the the battle rifles. That's what I like to run. I was like, I'm trying to get some headshots, and I could never find the fucking gun. But now I know, hit Z. Nobody told me. Fucking 1,100 people in the chat. Nobody told me to press Z. Follow me. Come on, y'all.
Well, to be fair, I don't think a lot of you even know that mechanic exists. Like I found out.
We're all stupid.
I mispressed. I was trying to crouch, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it just blared my screen with this like yellow ray, and I was like, "Is this an ability?" And I realized, oh, it's pinging stuff for me, because I was trying to ping like the ping system to let somebody know.
Even with that ping system, I prefer the kind of the traditional Halo, where just have the gun on the damn ground where it's supposed to spawn, so everybody can see it. I mean, they do it with the heavy gun. Stuff? Yeah, the power stuff. Yeah, the power weapon, but I want it for all weapons.
Yeah, but no, I definitely think like regardless, I think out of all the shooters that we played, like I definitely would give it to Halo Infinite. Like I think it has the best like starting run, like hit the ground running type of thing. I think there's definitely kind of what JG said. I think there's definitely a question of the longevity of like how long will this go on for, because like the system's gonna be good for a point, but if this system is like for me, this is just my opinion. If I hit Onyx, right, and like that's my goal, that's my current goal right now, I want to hit Onyx. If I hit Onyx, what am I looking forward to at that point if I've reached the plateau, or I've reached one of the plateaus? And like maybe it's just doing battle pass stuff, but I don't know. I feel like they need to start adding in more stuff that makes me like want like like more goals that I can try to go for in Halo. Because if it's just the rank thing and I reach like the top tier rank, then it's just like, all right, what do I do now? What's the point now?
For sure.
So yeah,
exactly. You need to feel some other sort of satisfaction or something else to obtain while you're trying to get that rank.
Some little golden ticket I can go for after the point of just rank. But
it's dope, bro. And I don't even care about the campaign, bro. Like whatever, bro. The campaign will be there, but multiplayer dope.
I'm just saying these points simply because like it is a great game, but it's always important to be like, hey, it's cool to like give suggestions. You ain't got to be a dickhead about it, but it's cool to give these suggestions. Like 343 has already been listening. That's a great thing too. They modified the battle pass after people complained about how like slow it was, and now it feels a little bit better.
A little bit
better. It's better than it was before. I'll definitely say that. But I feel like it could still use some little updates here and there and make it a little bit more faster.
Okay, guys. All right. I admitted Xbox has a game.
Yeah.
Game.
No,
I'm not buying into the Forza propaganda. No, sir.
Forza. You know what's crazy? I know you're losing your mind because everywhere you go, every person you talk to keeps telling you the same thing, and you just refuse to believe it. Talk to Gina. Oh, yeah, I play Forza. Forza's great. Talk to Bliss. Oh, yeah, Forza's great. Talk to me. Oh, yeah, Forza. I don't even play racing. Talk to Nomad. Oh, yeah. Like, how long is it going to take for you to be like, all right, man?
I'm fully prepared.
They might have had another banger, too.
I'm fully prepared to die on this Let me die in ignorance, okay?
JG was convinced. JG said, y'all not gonna be on Forza. Well, guess what? It's been 2 weeks and we still playing Forza.
Man, I still think y'all frightened. Y'all still have not told
Forza
me why y'all like the game.
Dog.
Why do y'all like the game?
I can't explain it, dog. It's okay. I don't play racing games like that. The last racing game I was really into was Test Drive 5. That's right. I'm showing my age right now. Test Drive 5 was the last racing game I was seriously in. I played that shit on the PC. Since then I've never been into racing games outside of like Jack X and like combat racing games and Rocket League. That I don't really count that. But outside of that, Forza, it is just the environment, the cars, like just the amount of shit you can do. Like whether it's like if you want to be a drifter, you want to Tokyo drift, they got a bunch of content that you can do that's Tokyo drifting. If you want to drag race, you can drag race. If you want to go off road, you can go off road. If you want to do street racing, you can do street race. It's like every facet of like just racing that we have in the world. Like you can do it, and you can do it with all these cool cars. And it's like an RPG. Like you get your baby, and like you're driving her around. And you're just like, ooh, if I could tweak it here or there, make it real nice. So you in the garage, you tweaking stuff around. You're experimenting. You're moving different numbers. And then you start to create this like custom character, if you will, this like RPG, your custom baby that's just like, this is mine, and like I love the way it feels, and it feels perfect for me. And that's honest. I think that's what gets people is like you feel like you have your own personal identity with these like cars that you're building, and then you get like a whole like RPG, like a think of it like a RPG. Yeah, you have your own like party of like, this is my S rank car. This is the car I use when it's like I need to whoop somebody in speed. This is my drifting car. This is the one I use for drifting. This is my off-road car. This is my Ford F-150 when I want to be racist. Like there's a bunch of different like cars and shit that you can use that I think is really dope about the game. And the game just runs really well and good and it's a fun game, and it has good multiplayer shit when the servers were working. I think they fixed it now, but.
Well,
it's a fun game.
At least we got an explanation. I don't know about the previous ones. Like, is this the first time that they've done it in this format? Because I don't know anything about Forza.
People have told me, I'm not a Forza person, so people have told me 4 and 5 are very similar, but I don't know what is. People told me the problem with 4 was 4's setting was ass, or people didn't like 4. Like, I think it was in England or some shit. Like, people did not like 4 setting. But 5 was just because it's Mexico. They have like a bunch of biomes, and it just, the way it transitions between these biomes is so fucking good. Like, you'll be in a desert one day, then you'll be in this awesome city with the night lights and stuff. Then you'll be on the coast, and you'll see like awesome, beautiful oceans and shit. Like, it's just the way it transitions in the different biomes. It feels really good, and just the car mechanics in general feel really good to like just drive around in. And you could put anime titties on your car. So I mean, like, people like that shit too. So like, you can put like anime weeb shit on your car. You could put like a Venom on your car. You can really deck it out with decals, just the way that like people used to do Call of Duty with those decal shit. You can do the same type of shit with your car. I don't know. I think that's just what gets people, excited.
Gets the people going.
Yeah, gets the people going.
Gets the people going.
Anime
right.
gets the people going. The weebs be out in Force. Them 02 weebs be out there in Force, dog. I hate them motherfuckers, but they be out. They be repping they shit out there with Darling the Frank. So I ain't mad at them. But I mean, the only recommendation I'd say is I'm not a racing person by any facet of the imagination, so I can't speak for the hardcore racing fans. But what I will say is I am a person that does not normally play racing games, so that might speak to somebody who might also be like me, who doesn't play racing games, might give this a shot. And it's on the Xbox Game Pass, so you can only spend $10, oh no, $1,
Here
and
we
you can try
go
this
with
game
the
out.
propaganda.
And Halo. Look,
Oh my
December the
God.
8th, you spend $1 for the Xbox Game Pass. You'll be able to play Halo
Phil Spencer has
multiplayer.
hacked this nigga's mind.
You'll be able to play
Here he
Halo
goes,
campaign and the Forza game and a bunch of other games. You'll be able to all play for $1 for your free trial for 1 month. And if you like it, then you can pay for just $10.
Phil Spencer put a chip in this nigga's brain to
Bro,
get him to
I'm
spill
telling you,
shit.
cut the check, bro. Invite me to Microsoft, bro. I demand it, dog. I've converted so many people to the Xbox Game Pass. I deserve an audience.
You have a
least.
blazer and jeans on too?
No, I need to. I need.
Was it
Someone send it to me. I'll wear it.
Yo,
Give
let's
me
get out the
Xbox
streets and let's go to space. Let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. I fucking love this game, bro. And I'm actually thoroughly surprised by the shit. And I actually just said in the office yesterday, I was like, yo, because I got put on the Battlefield and Call of Duty review the last couple weeks. I have not had any time to play what the fuck I want. I'd rather be playing this game. And I'm thoroughly surprised by it because that first hour of that game, in my opinion, was actually really rough and boring. Because like you just play as Star-Lord and pew 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 pew, and like there's like some slow walking sections like Gears of War, and it's like some snarky dialogue. And I was like, man, where the fuck is this going? And then you unlock your teammates, and then you start getting control of them and combining their abilities. And I was like, okay. I was like, I see where this is going. This reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake if I only could control Cloud, mixed in with a little bit of Mass Effect, because at the end of every like main mission, you had to go around your ship and you had to talk to your teammates. You learn more about them. You unlock things about it. So I was like, okay, this is not bad. And then the cinematics, the voice acting is really good. The music is great. Even in streamer mode, you get a completely different soundtrack that's completely original if you put it in streamer mode. So I would imagine it's even better when you can actually use the copyrighted music. But it's just a fun action game with funny dialogue where you get all these different cool abilities. And like I was thoroughly engaged by this shit. And hopefully I can get some time to play some more of it. How you feeling about it, Jay? Did you get a chance to play Guardians?
Yeah, I played like a couple of hours of it, and I know I was watching you play, and people in the chat were like, dang, like I wasn't expecting this game to be like this because we all basically got burned from Avengers, right? So we were like, oh, well, what the hell is this going to be? Nobody asked for a Guardians game, so what is this going to be like? And this is what I wanted the Avengers to be. I wanted the Avengers to be just a total linear experience. Like we didn't need the live service aspect of it. I think that they did an amazing job with this game so far, and I feel the same way as you. Like I was like, oh, I don't want to just play as Star-Lord, but yeah, once you start getting abilities and stuff for the rest of your crewmates, and you start really combining stuff, depending on who you're fighting. Like I think that was cool, and I think that's where the game shines outside of the actual dialogue and the story. So I'm thoroughly impressed with it so far, and like you, I actually want to get more time to play it, but it's just way other games have my attention right now, so we'll see if I ever do get back to it. I'm sorry, dog. Like like you can go ahead and joke. I know you say I don't play no I don't beat no games, but I'm definitely not beating no games, bro.
You do play games. You play Yakuza. You play Yakuza. Yeah.
No, you said I don't beat them. You said
oh
I
yeah,
don't
you
beat them.
don't.
So
yeah, you're right.
I did beat Lost Judgment. That was the last game that I beat, but I don't care, bro. Like I got some games in the backlog. It is what it is because Halo taking over. But
you didn't beat Far Cry, did you?
No, I didn't beat Far Cry.
That game sucks.
I didn't beat Far Cry either, bro. So like I said, I'm sitting there right now with my backlog. My backlog is crazy, but it is what it is. But Guardians of the Galaxy is dope though. So far, I'm glad that Square chose to go in this format.
It's surprising too because like for those who haven't played it, it's not just an action game where you combine different abilities with your friends, but it's also it has puzzle elements too. Like the pacing on it is actually surprisingly really good because like there's moments where the game slows down and there's witty dialogue between all the characters because like from the vibe I get from the game, because I'm only in chapter 8, it seems like they just kind of formed and they're still getting to know one another. So it's like early Guardians of the Galaxy. And so like there's always this witty dialogue between them, this witty banter, but then like there's like puzzle sections in the game where you have to utilize the different Guardians' abilities to traverse the environment. So like just the thought of implementing all those different characters, I still think it would have been nice if you could have played with your friends or you would have had full control over those characters. But like once you accept the game for what it is, like it actually works really well together. And like, you know what I'm saying? All my homies hate the Avengers. What you think of Ethos?
Oh man, it's not normal a lot of the times when I'm like completely wrong about something. But I will.
You know what? I agree with you on that because we were ragging on this shit, bro.
I will be 100% transparent, bro. We was cooking this game before it came out. Like, I had no interest in playing this game. But shout out to Square, they actually gave me a code.
It wasn't hard. To be fair, though, it wasn't
terrible. The marketing was terrible.
The marketing was terrible. When they showcased this game, all they showcased him doing was shooting the pistols, and then the frame rate was fucking terrible.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. I don't blame us simply because what they showed, it did look bad, in my opinion. But
so how the hell else are we going to judge it? Like, for what we see, so.
Exactly. But I will eat my words. I will say it. Like, I think this game deserves a Game of the Year nomination. I actually beat it. I
agree.
Whole thing.
I agree. I didn't even beat it. I agree.
I agree with you, TBH. Like, I had that realization like halfway through the game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I 100% agree with what you're saying. Like, the beginning first couple hours of the game is slow and boring as fuck, in my opinion. Like, I honestly was ready to turn it off. I was just like, I don't think this is for me, dog. I don't think I'm gonna like this. But then you get to what's her name? Lady was it Hellbender or Highbender? Her mission, I think it's like chapter 4. You get to chapter 4, and then they show you have a choice. And I was like, wait a minute, no fucking way. And I was like, there ain't no fucking way here. And it's like, oh, you're gonna be able to do a choice. I was live streaming this part. And I picked Rocket to go into the cage and be the monster. And people in the chat were telling me, a lot of people apparently picked Groot. And I was sitting there like, wait, is this like different? And people in the chat were like, yo, like, dog, like, you're actually witnessing shit I've never seen before. And I was like, there's no fucking way. And then I realized this more and more. They actually have more choices in this thing. And I was like, it's not to the depth of this, but I will say, like, this is like a casual version of Mass Effect. Like, I think that is a dead-on comparison of it. It is a group of individuals all in space who are different from each other, who have their own like little set beliefs and shit like that, and they come together for a common goal, and they have their own little quirks and little back history and story that you can learn more about if you choose to talk with them and develop them. And choices that you make throughout the story will actually change like how they interact with each other and how they talk with each other. Like, for example, I had this whole part where Rocket was, I think this is still, like, I think everybody will get this, but there's this whole thing with Rocket being thrown by Drax, and he becomes like just like angered by this to the point where like he refuses to do stuff for me in one mission because like he's just like, you're not gonna throw me across there, bro. Like, you better figure out something else to do. So like there's like a couple things, and then also there's like a really good relationship thing with Rocket too, with you, because you can have moments where like you start to like apologize to him, or you try to like bond with Rocket, or like you clown him the whole time, and he'll actually change as a person like towards Quill over the time of the game. I don't want to spoil what happens in the end, but like it was by the time I got halfway through the game, then I realized I was like, yo, this game's actually kind of heat. And I played it, and I was like what you said, like the plot started to get me in. There were some cool Easter eggs and little cameo things in here and there, and like I couldn't stop playing it. I literally just sat down, I played it like for 2 days straight, and I couldn't stop.
I don't even think they marketed it that you can make decisions that affect the game.
Nope. Like they said some stuff like that, but like they didn't market it. They didn't market it well at all.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Like, there's actually like I genuinely believe like, oh, and also that the presentation, holy shit.
Yeah, the visuals are amazing.
Beautiful. The character animations, the facial capture, it's some of the best shit I've ever seen in a game. Like, it looks really good, and the character designs are really good. The writing, I don't know who wrote this, but like they knew their shit. Like, they were 100% a fan. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think this is the best Guardian of the Galaxy story. It is better than any of the MCU stuff. I actually would like bet my I would actually.
That's a bold claim.
Wait till you get to the later part of it. When you get to the
I was told by one of the G4
MCU's.
producers who beat it. There's literally a moment like halfway through the game where it just like there's a
it
just
goes
turns
to 100.
Yeah, I was like, so that's why I've been like low key kind of hurt. I haven't been forced to play these damn shooters because like I want to get to that damn moment.
What I will say,
I want to see what it is because I've been enjoying it already.
Yes, there's a reveal. There's a character reveal that you'll see. There's also a cameo that also appears that will definitely stress your interest, TBH. And then when you see this reveal, there's a very dark moment. There's a couple dark moments. It's surprising because you think it's all happy-go-y. It gets dark half the way through, like really dark, like some dark shit. And that's when I realized, like, oh my god, like this game's actually really fucking good. And the character writing is really fucking good. Like, Drax has this amazing arc, Gamora has this amazing arc, and even Star-Lord has this really good fucking arc halfway through the game with his like cool little gameplay thingy mechanic.
I love
that's
games.
what sold me.
I love games that have that attention to detail too, because there's like outfits.
The detail's crazy.
There's outfits that you can unlock all throughout the game, and they show up in the cutscene and stuff like that. So like just that little of attention to detail, I like. But so I had two negatives from what I played so far. The beginning's a little slow, and then my only other negative I have is like, and it sounds funny because it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but they talk too damn much sometimes, in a sense that like I understand that's their characters, but it actually fucks up the game. I don't know if you encountered this, Ethos, but there were times where like, so all throughout this game, literally there will be sections where you're like slow walking through areas, and it's like that look at my graphics type of moments, and there'll be dialogue between the characters, there'll be banter, but then you'll get to the end of the walking section and it'll go to an actual proper cutscene, and there's been plenty of times where like that dialogue from when they're walking wasn't finished, so it'll overlap the cutscene. So then I can't tell what's going on in the cutscene. It's like a glitch or something, and like it's just too much talking. When was the last time you
played? They did a patch that I think fixed that. Because I had that issue too, and then there was a patch.
Oh, I haven't played since launch week, so maybe they fixed it.
Oh, yeah, they dropped a patch that like fixed like controller settings on the PC and that sort of thing, and then it fixed all the issues I had like with the technical side of it were just immediately fixed like about it.
Good.
Yeah. I highly recommend. Like that's one game I would actually like really wish like. I've told people about that, like with like, you know, like Nier or whatever it is. Like this is a game I really hope like if you're a fan of like Marvel, like I'm not to be fair, I'm no Guardians fan by any stretch of the imagination. They're not like my favorite like IP property of Marvel. But what I will say is like if you're a Mass Effect fan, you should play this game. Okay. That's the best advice I give. If you're a Mass Effect fan, I highly recommend this game. If you're a Mass Effect fan, you'll enjoy it.
So here's the thing. I think that Eidos makes better Marvel games than Crystal Dynamics. I think 100%. That Eidos needs to take the entire.
Is it like Eidos who made Deus Ex though?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think about it. I'm like, I think about it too.
Exactly.
I'm like, we could have had a Deus Ex game, but we got this instead. And when I first started playing it, I think that's why I was like pre-positioned to like not like this game, because I was like, these motherfuckers took them off of Deus Ex to make this game, and then the more I played it, I was like, oh fuck yeah, like okay, you won me over. All right, I like it. It's a good game. Good job.
To be fair, I like Tomb Raider though. Like Tomb Raider wasn't a bad series of games when they rebooted it, but I don't know, they just dropped the ball with Marvel's Avengers. I don't know again whose ultimate decision that was, but
you know what it was? Even Square said this, and I agree. It's like Crystal Dynamics is not a studio you should be using to make a live action multiplayer. Like you just shouldn't be doing. Like it's the same thing with like, why would you make BioWare make a looter shooter? It's just like, this is not even close to their pedigree or their like years of experience. Like why are you putting them into that box? And it's the same thing with I think Crystal.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not their lane, and they you know, it's unfair to, you know, totally bash them because of what happened in Marvel's Avengers, but you know, it is what it is. Like it just
I blame Square more than anything. Yeah, I definitely blame Square more than the developers on that front. Square forced them.
I ain't beat the game, but I'm confident in saying buy the game.
You should play it.
You should play it.
It is without a doubt. You know, I'll be honest with you. Game Awards, y'all hope them, bro. They deserve.
Missed the deadline, right? I don't know what the deadline is.
No, I guess bullshit. That shit came out in October.
Nah, I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That shit came out in October. There's no fucking excuse. No fucking excuse.
God damn it, Doritos Pope. GTA remaster? Anybody? Trilogy?
Yeah, tell us your experience of playing San Andreas.
That shit fucking sucks. Not San Andreas. I'm actually, after playing that a little bit, I am genuinely curious in playing
How'd
it too.
How'd it feel to be the token black guy in the first game they make you play?
You know, it's funny. No, first of all, I actually brought that up. I was like, you know, now that I think about it, this is probably not a good look. My first solo stream, you guys, the black guys playing San Andreas, but they didn't put me up to that. I decided to do that.
You did it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd never played it before. It just came out that way. So like, we all laughed about this shit, but they didn't put me up to that.
Shit, yeah, we didn't think that.
That shit fucking sucks though, bro. Like the rain on it, bro. What the fuck is that shit? It drops the frame rate, and then there's too much rain on the screen. It's like just little shit stains dropping on there. I was like, bro, I don't know what. The lighting is cool and the environment looks cool for like an old game, but like the actual character models are not good. From what I'm seeing, it's like bugs and glitches. And then I think the real reason people are really pissed off, because I generally do want to sit down and do a proper playthrough of San Andreas, because so many people telling me it's their favorite game of all time, but it's like, this is not the version to play, and people are pissed off because I'm being told that Rockstar pulled the original San Andreas that was on PC. They pulled that shit, so now you have to buy that fucking remastered.
It's back
version.
though now.
Yeah,
they brought it back.
They brought it back.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna buy the original then.
Get the original, and if you really need something changed, there's like mods you can use to like at least tune it to a level where it's like modernized, but way better than what Rockstar did. But you should play it. I think it'd be interesting to watch you play San Andreas, see what you think about it.
I had that moment while I was playing it where I died like in the middle of a mission and it starts you at the beginning. I'm like, oh, this is a whole game. There's no fucking checkpoints. Oh, no.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to play it all over.
It's spoiled, man. Y'all didn't play it?
No, I played the original.
I played all the Grand Theft Auto, but I didn't play this version because I have no reason to. Like, why am I go back and play the definitive version when all these other new games are out? Like, I'm good. I'll play it eventually.
No reason to harp on this. Then I advise anybody who hasn't touched stay away from that shit. It's not good.
Would you say
like the same bugs and glitches are still there?
Yeah, but there's
I've seen
more now. There's more because they built this game upon like the Android version or something like that. They put like a coat of paint
on the mobile version.
Yeah, the mobile version, and then it added more bugs into the game. I was like, I didn't even know that. I was like, that's so they didn't really build it from the ground up, and it just goes to show you the poverty of Android just affects everything across the board.
Oh
man.
Wow,
it's fucking crazy.
No. Not this guy with the Android agenda. All right, bro.
I think the green bubbles is what stopped CJ from catching the train. That's just what I heard. I don't know. Can't really confirm or deny, but you know, whatever.
I just want to point out, because I love slandering and it's fucking fun. I just want to point out that it's hilarious that Rockstar and Take-Two, they put out a statement with like when Cyberpunk was getting like fucking destroyed and shit about how broken it was and shit. They were talking about that was unfair and they shouldn't have done that. And then literally less than a year later, they released this, which is fucking hilarious to me. Did
Rockstar fall off? It's time for it.
Yeah, the irony.
I mean, this is over too. Because remember, Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC was utter dog crap as well.
That shit was fucking broken too.
I'd argue that game wasn't great either. Now what?
Yeah,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't the best game, and it ended up being worse for PC. So
snooze.
Imagine waiting for it, and then you can't even play the game.
Yeah, better drop that bully too, boy.
Yeah, where that bully at?
Freaking. Let's talk about another kind of mediocre game. I'm seeing people. Well, at least I haven't played it, but from my understanding, Ubisoft actually flew into space. Using one of the spaceships from like Assassin's Creed, that space Apple of Eden shit. They went into space and they pulled out Moff Gideon and they said, hey man, you want to come down to fake ass Cuba and make Far Cry Pulled Pork Edition? What do you think about that, JG?
This fucking guy.
You might be alone on this hill, dog.
Yeah,
I think you alone on this hill.
Nah, I've seen mixed. I haven't seen anybody say it's trash, but I've seen mixed reviews.
I don't think anyone say it's trash, man.
Nobody say it's trash.
Shout out to Gus from Breaking Bad. Come on, bro. You gotta respect Giancarlo. Yeah, bro. Whatever. Anyway, you gotta respect Giancarlo, bro. Don't be disrespecting him. But Far Cry 6 it's a typical Far Cry. Like I don't think you're gonna get anything like truly special here. Like you're riding horses. I know you have cars here, but you can ride horses. You can make your makeshift guns, and we have this backpack that you have that can shoot rockets and stuff. Like you're kind of like your special move, but it's really all the same. Like my game crashed because I was talking about Xbox don't have no games, and then my game crashed.
I'm playing on Xbox. I told y'all you better stop.
Yeah, bro. That was amazing. That was amazing. But like from when I played though, like the story is actually good. Like when we were playing in early access, I was like, yo, like we're getting into some deep stuff. Like this man just went on the ship and did some crazy stuff like in the first like 30 minutes. So like I can see where the story is going, and again, it's just a point where I just need more time to play it because this game came out literally a week after. Actually, like it was like 1 or 2 weeks after Lost Judgment came out. So like it's just no time to play any of these games, and like I know that I'm going to be playing this game for at least like 20-30 hours. So like I just need more time to play it and really get into it. But like the same bugs and glitches are there. I've already seen that the game crash. So like those typical Ubisoft things that we know and hate are still in the game. But I think story wise, like it was shaping up to be a dope story. I just need to get more time before I can form like my full opinion.
Any thoughts, Ethos?
Yeah, this is actually another game that I've actually beaten. I'm 2-0 right now with JG. This game is I agree with JG. It's a solid game. It's just more Far Cry. So if you're a fan of Far Cry, you'll love this game. If you're not a fan of Far Cry, you're probably not gonna like this game. I think the story is definitely better than some of the recent ones I think it's better than 4's story. What about 5? Did you think it's better than 5? Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't beat 5 all the way through. Like I was in the middle of playing 5 before 6 came out. I just didn't have time. Yeah, 2 for 1. But I kind of already been spoiled of what happens at the end of 5. So, and people are like all over the place about 5's story. Like some people love it. Some people like.
Well, there was multiple endings. Terrible. Did you watch them all?
Yeah, that's why. Because there's multiple endings. And
Can I spoil it?
People didn't like one specific.
I mean, I beat it. I got the Joker ending. I love that shit.
All right, chat. If you haven't played Far Cry 6,
it's been like 3 years.
5, not 6. I'm not spoiling 6. 5. If you've not beaten 5 and you care about that, I don't know why. It's been years. Oh well. So the nuke, there's actually a nuke, and they think it's Cap, and it's actually a nuke, and it blows up everything, and ends up happening with what New Eden ends up being the.
They blow up Montana. Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah, with the nuke. Yeah. So This one I would say is, I'm not gonna lie, it ends kind of abrupt in regards to the villain. I kind of was expecting a little bit more rah-rah, but it didn't end up. But I will say is the themes of the game I think are really good. And also this game, Far Cry 6, has the best post-credit teaser scene. I think like that shit blew my fucking mind. I can't wait for you to beat it, JG, because that shit really got me hyped like crazy when I saw
Ezio appeared.
No, I'm not gonna say who appears, but
Sam
I will say
Fisher.
It is someone well beloved. I will say that.
I'm about to go on YouTube and look that shit up because fuck that game. I ain't playing.
It's actually, yeah. If you don't get it, I'd say just search it, just Google it. It's probably been spoiled.
That
somewhere.
shit looks painfully average. I'm not playing it, bro. It doesn't look bad. It just looks average.
It has its moments. Like I played it all the way through. I definitely agree.
Okay, average hoes have their moment too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They still average.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying if you
Steph Curry has his moments, he's not Steph. Okay, Jesus.
Okay, look, bro. I'm not. I'm not going there. All I'm saying is that I agree with you. I think it's I don't think it's a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a good game at points. I think it's a great game at some really interesting points. And then at other times, the in-between stuff, it just is, it's that.
I'm dead ass gonna look that up after the podcast, actually.
I would say this though, because the DLC just came out, and again, it's something that's just really low key, and I ended up making like a little overview on it. But Voss Insanity, they made it into like a roguelike type of thing, just one experience. Like you just, have a run and try to complete the objectives, and then like you can, do multiple runs and stuff. And everybody loves Voss. Like I know that every Far Cry fan I've spoken to, they're like, 3 is my favorite, 3 is my favorite, 3 is my favorite. I love Voss, yeah. And like you finally get into like
his DLC just dropped. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Voss Insanity was what I'm talking about.
I literally just searched it on YouTube. Don't search it, JG, because this motherfucker spoiled it in the. I hate YouTube.
I told you. I
wanted to watch it at least.
I warned you. I literally told you.
No, YouTubers are so. And you know the worst part is like this nigga's
going to tell you immediately who it is.
But the part that kills me is like, is it even worth it? Because your channel's not popping from it. So why did you put it in the title, bro?
Oh, that person,
And the worst part is because you didn't play the game. The only person who's really gonna get something out of it is probably JG. Because unless you play the game, you're not gonna understand the conversation that's happening. And when you understand the conversation that's happening, and then you look at the, I don't even know how to say this without spoiling it. Okay, basically, once you understand the two people that are talking, and you piece together what they're talking about, and then you lay out of like. You look at all the Far Cries and shit like that, you start like your brain just starts hating, oh, wait a minute, this means this means this, and then you start having these all conspiracy theories in your head.
Yeah.
Make sure you beat it, JG, and then let me know.
I'm watching it right now. This shit is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
because the ending of this shit. The ending of this shit, fucking Vin Diesel pulls up in Cuba with his sports car, and it starts the beginning of the last 5 movie, the Fast and Furious. This shit is fucking.
Ties into Fast.
Yeah, it's about family. It's crazy.
It actually is about family.
Guy. So yeah, I think that
he's not captain. He's not captain.
I think that outside the main story, I think they're going to shine with the DLC. Like if you played the previous Far Cry's, I think that you'll enjoy some of the DLC because they're villain DLC. Like some people want to play with the villain, so like it was cool playing with Voss when I played the DLC. So like I said, I can't wait for Far Cry 5 when we get to that one. So I think that'll be cool. But like I said, it's nothing really like super special about Far Cry. But you made me excited though with the ending. So I'm not gonna look it up because I still want to be surprised. I don't want to be spoiled.
I don't want to say it's worth all the the Ubisoft fetch quest shit, but like I will say that like from a main story perspective, that like little tease that they give at the end made it worth the entire thing. Like the characters that you meet and stuff like that, it made it worth it.
I might play this game when it like goes on sale, and if I have,
I'd say play it on
free
sale.
Time. Yeah, this is like it's a back burner game type to me. That's
and hit up your contact, bro. You ain't already get a code.
Yeah, you should get one for free. Yeah, you should be able to hit that.
Yeah, maybe.
It's definitely one of those games where, like, if you can get it on discount or it goes on sale for like $15, $20, I say pick it up. It's a good like little like turn your brain off, have some fun, and get some cool little war.
Get a pulled pork sandwich. Do some races with Vin Diesel. Talk about family. It's all good.
Yeah, learn about family.
And the final boss fight, fun fact, is against Moff Gideon in the Darksaber. Anyways,
I wish.
Actually, it's the Darksaber with the handle is a pulled pork sandwich.
Pulled pork. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. Like the actual buns is the hilt. You gotta squeeze it with the barbecue sauce, like splitting out to like activate
Ubisoft, cut the fucking check, boy. Anyways, we're kind of tight for time. I'm actually gonna say, because I thought this was a good question, I'm gonna save this for like the next podcast. Let's hop into the news. So since the last podcast, what's the name? Software from Software. They dropped some Elden Ring gameplay. It was like a 20-minute demo where they showed off the map, how vast the world is, all the traveling, all the monsters you're gonna be fighting and whatnot. I'm actually curious your take on this for JG, because I know you love Sekiro, but you're not a big fan of the other like Soulsborne games. So like, how are you feeling about Elden Ring after this big gameplay reveal?
I'm not sure. Honestly. I don't know if I'm 100% on board with this world and this format, but I see it looks like they're pretty like going pretty hard as far as like the actual lore and stuff. And I can appreciate that. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of trying to like go somewhere else or explore the entire world in order to get the full lore, the full gist of what's going on. But like, this is a full like open world experience from what I'm seeing. So like, this stuff looks crazy. I still have no clue what's going on for real, but from what I can see, like, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this entire world. So I'm interested enough, definitely. I wish I could have got, access to that tech test. I'm still mad, bro. I wanted to play it. But yeah, this looks insane, even though I don't fully understand. So I hope that, when I do get my hands on it, that I'll like get engulfed in this universe that's going on right now.
I'm not gonna lie, when they first announced this game, I wasn't interested, because like outside of Sekiro, I don't really like Soulsborne games. And it's not because I suck. It's just mechanically, majority of them are just sidestepping right, and the shit's boring to me. But when they announced that it would have co-op, I'm like, okay, I'm not a big fan of these games mechanically, and I'm not the best of them, but at least I can play with a friend. It could create like some funny moments. I can learn more of the intricacies of the game, the little details that help me get better. It might be a more fun experience. So then I was like, all right, now I'm leaning towards playing it. Then they revealed this whole gameplay and how big this fucking map is. And I'm sorry, I don't care if I'm playing with a friend. Now I'm kind of leaning towards, do I really want to play this? Because I'm going to tell you what's going to piss me off. You got to run through this big ass open world to get to this boss that can one-shot you. And if I get one-shotted and I got to run across the map, I'm uninstalling this shit because I don't want to do it, bro. I'm fucking over these. I'm just over these 100-hour games where like, what does this game being open world do? Like, how is it going to add to the fun factor? And from what I saw from the gameplay, I don't see anything in it. It just seemed like they're padding the game. They should have kept it more. And granted, it was kind of like semi-open world before, but the world wasn't that big. Like, you kind of knew where you had to go based off the other games that I played. But this one is like, bro, are you fucking kidding me, man? It's going to be 100 hours because the game is fucking open world. It's going to be 1,000 because it's hard. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. What about you, Ethos?
You already know, baby. Day one, we
sweating it up,
grinding that shit. I'm gonna be torturing myself. I can't wait. No, I mean, like, I liked everything that I saw there. I just hope that there is, like, I pray that there is like a combat style or like a blade combat that like has deflecting mechanics. 'Cause I do agree with JG. Like, I personally prefer that like combat style and combat mechanics compared to like Bloodborne's mechanics.
Agreed.
Or compared
Agreed.
to Dark Souls mechanics. I agree. I'd rather have the deflect mechanic than the whole rolling dodge mechanic. I feel like deflecting is way more involving and way more. I like the rhythm aspect of it. But I mean, like, I don't know. I think the world's very interesting. I think it's an interesting looking world. The concept of it and shit. I'm willing to give it a shot. I do agree. Like, it's definitely gonna be the interesting thing is like, what type of open world are we dealing with here? Like, how crazy it's gonna be. They're talking about how there's gonna be bosses just like in the overworld, and there's dungeons that you go inside of to target specific things. So I think really when it comes down to, like, for me, it's gonna come down to like how much customization am I gonna have for my character and different builds I'll be able to make. This is the first Soulsborne game I've seen where actually like being a mage and using magic seems like really cool compared to the others. I've never been fascinated with. I've been more like, I like to play like Dark Souls, like Berserk, like how like Guts plays with like a big broadsword or whatever it is. But this one actually has me kind of interested of trying magic out. So we'll see how it goes. For me, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a huge Dark Souls, like I'm hardcore Dark Souls player, whatever it is. But I mean, I like Sekiro. I'm still praying for that Bloodborne PC one day. One day we'll get it. But I agree. I'm definitely anticipating it, but it's hard for me to give an opinion until like I can see more actually play it.
I straight up told G4 staff, I said, don't put me on that fucking game when it comes out.
No, they should definitely put you on it.
Nope, because that review will never come out. That review will never come out because I'll never beat it. Nope.
Chat, make sure you retweet this. I'm gonna tweet this out.
Mods, clean up the chat, bro. Fucking.
Please, I demand the Black Hokage.
No. Stick to the status quo.
No.
I'm the Call of Duty guy, remember?
No. We're gonna show your diversity of your palette. We're gonna make you play a hardcore game. You're gonna get respect.
Well, here's another thing you gotta take into consideration too. Fucking February is stacked with game releases, and this game's gonna be hard as shit.
What are you gonna do? You gonna play Destiny 2?
Fuck no, bro. Hold on. Let's look up.
Okay.
Let's see. February game releases.
You gonna play Horizon?
Yeah. Oh, what? Nigga, what? Absolutely. After that ending in Horizon 1, absolutely.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, that's. I mean, so Dying Light 2. We already looked it up before you.
That's absolutely Dying Light.
It's the 4th. Sifu is on the 8th.
Absolutely. I got invited to play that shit early.
And Horizon on the 18th.
Damn, you're not gonna talk about
Saints. Oh no, Saints Row got delayed. Never mind.
No, Saints Row is not coming out. So that's all as far as like what you're going to play.
Hold on. We're not gonna walk past this man saying he got early access to play Sifu. You're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
Well, no, I got invited. I haven't even answered the email back. I got invited to play it. I don't know when the event is. I just remember you saying that. Remembered I need to respond to the email.
Yeah, you better respond to that
for sure. But yeah, February is stacked in terms of new game releases. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, nigga. What?
That's you. That's all you. That's all y'all.
Y'all want another Musu fighter, man? But yeah, so let's keep an eye on Elden Ring. That comes out in February. A game that came out of nowhere that just got revealed the other day is called Multiverses, which I think is a clever name, by the way. It's a new party brawler from WB. Basically, it's like Smash Bros, but it's WB based characters. So from the reveal trailer, they got like Batman, Wonder Woman, Bugs Bunny, Steven Universe, Harley Quinn's in there. I think they got somebody from I was gonna say Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, but Game of the Thrones. Arya, I think her name is. Arya, yeah. It's a bunch of just different worlds mashing together. And with the reason I'm kind of excited about this, because like that, first of all, the game looks like it runs like fluidly compared to that Nickelodeon game. The Nickelodeon game I was kind of excited about because like, okay, Nickelodeon's got a vast number of characters, but like I wasn't familiar with like the studio and what they were doing. But with this game, I'm actually a little bit excited because they announced a bunch of things. First, it's going to be cross-play between all platforms. It's going to be free to play. And then they also said that their netcode is a priority. They didn't confirm whether or not it's going to be rollback, but a lot of people are suspecting that it's going to be that. And then they're introducing some new mechanics in there where like your moves are like co-op based, so like one person can use one person's moves and you can move through the environment like that to attack people. So there's going to be like a certain level of like co-op between the different attacks. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. They're just trying nice little things. The animations are better. And the fact that they have the WB license, like people don't understand how I mean, we could get the Ranger in this bitch, bruh. Like fucking from Shadow of War. Yeah, from Shadow of War.
Where's the sequel to that? I'm pretty sure they have to be working on it. That must.
There's so many characters that WB owns. I feel like this has the potential to.
Oh, they could add the Grave Walker.
Yeah,
would be heat.
That would be really fucking heat, bro.
They see him spawn with Celebrimbor and shit. Oh, that could be gas.
Like Batman threw down his smoke, and I guess it like hides the characters, and like your team can hop into it and shit like that. Just seeing that nice little change to formula.
It's not a Smash clone.
Yeah, it's not a clone. They're trying things.
I like that they're trying something Smash has never tried, which is like actually making where there's synergy and like interaction.
That's the word I was looking for. Synergy between the characters.
Yeah, that's what I like. I think that's really cool. It makes it stand out from just being, oh, it's just Smash. Like, no, it's way more stuff to it. I think that's really cool.
And then I saw like I was in the trailer. I saw they're gonna have like daily challenges. Like I don't know if there's gonna be a battle pass, but there's certain things that are gonna be in the game that's gonna entice you to stay in the game to unlock skins and other stuff.
I think it's like all the WB license, right? Like everything in the WB world.
Yeah, anything in the WB world I think can be in that that they own.
Harry Potter could be in this.
They get it made.
Yeah.
Dune could be in this. They could put Paul in this. They could put the Suicide Squad in. Wow, they could put Godzilla in this.
Yeah, pretty much all the DC characters could be in here. So
like Holmes could be in
this.
That's
a huge.
Yeah, they have a lot of potential, and like and then it has voice acting in it, unlike the Nintendo game. And they got the actual voice actors too.
Oh yeah, they could put Matrix. Yeah, they could put Matrix the original voice.
Like look at this shit. Your mind's getting blown now, ain't it?
Yeah, I just googled WB movies, Blade Runner. Oh my god.
And look at it. I was like, I feel like they're not getting enough credit. I'm like, yo, that name low key is fucking like kind of clever. Multiverses, it's a versus game, and it's the multiverse. That shit is a double entendre.
Oh,
like, okay,
LeBron James.
Yeah, you can get LeBron James in that bitch for fucking Space Jam. Let's go.
This shit could be crazy.
So I was like, okay, and it's gonna be free to play.
I ain't gonna lie, Sakurai, bro, you might have to come out of retirement, bro. This might be a banger.
And like
right
for the
here.
longest, I feel like Smash Bros has never had a proper competitor. The closest we've seen, in my opinion, is nigga, shut up. The closest we've seen to a proper competitor to Smash Bros is probably Brawlhalla. And it has a niche audience, and they do tournaments and stuff. But I think the problem with Brawlhalla is it was an original IP that doesn't have that star power. WB has that star power and the money behind it. Power. Yeah, so I was like, I
can see them totally pulling out like Hermione and fucking Harry from Harry Potter. That shit would grab so many people. Oh shit, we gotta play this shit.
They got a solid character
crazy.
roster.
They could put the Iron Giant in this bitch. Oh yeah, no, this shit could definitely give Smash a run for its money. Just the IP's power you have.
I've been waiting for that proper party brawl. Like, oh, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like, we were literally just talking about, shooter gate. Like, all these shooters are out.
Yeah, that's
now all these party games are coming out too to compete with Smash Brothers. Like, this is really crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Sora can save them from this. They can put the Hobbit in here.
These niggas got When I saw Batman versus Bugs Bunny, I was like, I never knew I needed to see that. That was kind of cool.
And it's crazy because this game came out of nowhere too. Like, damn, like how long y'all been working on this? Like, even with Nickelodeon, even though y'all said that the game ain't so good and this one was better. Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
The thing with that Nickelodeon trailer though, like when they first revealed that, I was a little excited because it was Nickelodeon characters, but I was still kind of skeptical because the animations looked a little rough. But then they just kind of dropped like a gameplay trailer. That Multiverses trailer, it was like a 3-4 minute trailer where the developer stood there and explained what was new, and it felt like a labor of love. It didn't seem like a cash grab.
Yeah, it looks like they knew what they were doing, bro. This shit looks
we'll see when this game comes out. It's supposed to come out sometime next year. So
like, this means
PS4,
every single character in Cartoon Network can be in this too.
Yeah,
every single Cartoon Network character.
Get literally hunting wabbits.
Yeah, this might. Yeah, they could have
Dexter in this.
They could have a vast freaking roster here.
Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
We gonna see. I actually seen you raving about this right before we started recording. I think you just finished the season finale, right? It's Arcane. Talk about it. Ethos. Give us a sales pitch.
This shit's a masterpiece. This is probably one of the greatest pieces of animation I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even joking. The writing, the
hold on. For those that don't know what it is, what is Riot's Arcane before you go into it?
Riot's Arcane is Riot's first attempt of creating what people begged them for years. Why don't I make a movie for this shit for League of Legends and da-da-da? It is Riot's League of Legends universe called Runeterra. They've created a Netflix limited series. It's 9 episodes of basically an origin story of a couple of the lead characters. The main focus is between Jinx and Vi, so if you know who those characters are, it's their origin story. But there is at least, from what I last counted, there's at least 10 to 12 different characters that are in League of Legends that are in this series, and even more that are referenced or hinted at. And this, like, they just showed the final 3 episodes of it, which was like sticking the landing, and they murdered it. Like, this thing is up there with Castlevania for me. Like, this is probably one of the greatest video game adaptations we've ever had. The animation style, the art style of it is unique. It stands out. The characters, the writing, it's phenomenal. The plot twist it has is phenomenal. The music is fire. They got everything from Jid to Imagine Dragons to Pusha T. Like, they've got a whole range of stuff in it. And the best part is, this is the best part ever, you do not need to know League of Legends to watch this show. You can go into it completely without any knowledge of any of the lead characters and still get something great out of it, which is great, which is very difficult to do. But that's how good the writing is for it. Like, you'll actually care about these characters at the end of it. And if you are a League of Legends player or you know about League of Legends lore, this is like pretty much euphoria for you, because now you're getting to see interactions between different heroes of the game and stuff, and you're being able to get a little bit of their backstory of like how they end up being the people that they are in the game. So I highly recommend it. It is, for me, it is the best thing Netflix has dropped this year. It's better than Squid Game. It is by far probably the best piece of media I've seen so far for 2021. It's like I cannot praise that shit enough. It is flawless. It is a
Ethos with another hot take. Better than
I don't think it's hot take. I honestly don't even think it's a hot take. I really genuinely believe everybody who's watched this thing all the way through believes it's a masterpiece. Like, I don't know how they'll top this in season 2, but the thing is, like, League of Legends is like, while I hate that game, and I would never recommend you ever play that game unless you truly hate yourself, the lore of that universe is insane. Like, the level of detail they have for a lot of the characters in the backstory is insane, and they can do a lot of it. To be honest with you, this is, watching it all, this feels like, and this is what I really believe, this feels like a cinematic MCU setup for the Riot universe, and off of this alone, it's already light years ahead of Marvel's like entire IP. I think if they keep this level of quality up, they will surpass the MCU like in 5 years time.
Yeah,
it's that good.
I actually went to the premiere event, and like when Aaron invited me, I was like, I don't know shit about League, bro. I just showed up to look good on the red carpet. I was trying to show off my fit. But that being said, because I had to sit there and actually watch it, fucking I don't know shit about League, and like the production, the voice acting on it, it actually is really. I was actually thoroughly impressed. I was like, okay, this is not actually bad. I would watch this. And he's actually right. You do not need to know anything about League of Legends to follow the show. I think you just appreciate it a little bit more if you know the characters.
You'll get Easter eggs and little like references.
And that was by purpose, by design, because I actually got to talk to one of the lead producers at the event, and he told me they specifically designed the show so that anybody can follow it, and you don't have to be a League fan. He said they spent a lot of fucking money, so they probably need y'all to watch.
That was they said I think they said that it was like they spent like 6 years, I think, developing, like starting from like pre-production all the way to like figuring out what it was going to be. But like I think because of the name of it, it's just called Arcane, and that's just such a generalized name that like this thing is going to be like a multi-series type of thing where they're going to show different they've already I'm not even joking you. Right before the podcast, I finished watching the last 3 episodes, and within just 1 episode, they made a spider web that literally, from the actions of one character at the end of this entire thing, they created a spider web where basically it will cause an impact throughout multiple parts of the world. Where now, people who understand, who are League players, you understand this, right? Right now, it's focused on Piltover and Zaun, like that little pocket of the world, but the implications go as far as Noxus, Demacia, what was it called? The Shadow Isles. Like it can touch everywhere in the League universe. So for the people that play League, you know what that means. But I will say too, if you are interested in the world after watching this, don't play League of Legends. Again, will make you hate yourself. But I would recommend you trying Legends of Runeterra, which is their card game. That one's actually really good, and it gives you a lot more insight into the universe of League of Legends. That one I would recommend. Just stay away from League of Legends. That one's terrible. But Legends of Runeterra, that shit's gas.
Did you get a chance to watch any of it, Jay?
I have not watched any of it, but I'm convinced Ethos is good at persuading. I'll give him that.
You should try it. You should try it.
He's not lying. It actually is not bad.
I think it is.
I might actually finish it.
Genuinely, like all the people that are hyped about Squid Game, and Squid Game was great, don't get me wrong. I think like everybody should watch that shit. Like it is. I'm seriously in the back of my head trying to think of like all the animated like movies and TV shows that I've watched. Castlevania is like very high up. Like Castlevania, I think, was the GOAT for me before this. I don't think any of them can touch Arcane from like just every aspect of like there's legitimately nothing I could find, even if I had to nitpick really hard, nothing I could find about that entire show that just felt bad. Everything was good. Like it's actually insane, and that you're balancing at least 20 plus characters and they all feel like they get their own moment in the spotlight. That's wild to me. I haven't seen this level of detail since like Game of Thrones first started off, so it definitely can just go up from here. I'm really excited to see what they do.
How long are the episodes?
They are 40 minutes. Let me see.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's 9 episodes, and it's like right now, like it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 9.4 out of 10 on like IMDb. Like this seriously, it has a 98% audience score and 100% Rotten Tomato. Like I'm not even capping. This shit might be a certified classic. Like
it's a certified hood classic.
Yeah, this shit might be a certified.
It better be, because the producer told me they spent $100 million. They told me they spent $100 million. I was like, damn, nigga.
That was the money. I'm telling you, bro, the money they invested in this, it was worth it. Like
I could tell they genuinely loved and cared. Yeah, this is the great shit. This is great shit about me now. Like being at these industry parties. He said they spent $100 million, and then I could get behind the scenes like conversations. He said they spent $100 million, and also like they were so adamant about getting this right. Apparently they did like a pilot where they had like 3 episodes. They brought it to like the higher ups at Riot, and they said it was ass, and they scrapped that shit and they started from like the beginning. So I was like, okay, you kind of selling me. He was like, they wanted to get it right, so he's not lying.
Yeah, like me personally, like shout outs to my nigga Echo. That's always been one of my favorite League characters. But like, there's so many other like if this is just one part of the world, like. I guarantee we're gonna have a conversation like probably in a couple years in the future when we're just like they release something else or they start revealing the next stage of this, and people are going to be like, yo, this might low-key end up being more popular than Marvel Cinematic Universe. I actually believe it can reach that height.
Wow.
It's that damn good.
All right,
Honestly,
let me watch the episode tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Watch it tonight. Tell me what you think. I think
the episode's only
like,
30 minutes too, right? Or
yeah,
20 something.
and the
like
thing
that?
is, yeah, League has millions of people who play that. Like that, it's the biggest game in the world. Like one of the biggest games in the world. Like they could definitely bring that shit to the big screen. 100%. If they made a movie version of stuff, they could definitely bring the shit to the big screen and probably make a boatload of money off of it. 100%.
They need to let me voice the character.
I genuinely am gonna rewatch this whole show. I could not find one fucking bad scene. One thing that just irked me. There was nothing. It was just so. It felt illegally perfect. It felt like I could not explain that shit, dog. I've never witnessed a piece.
Hey,
of
Riot, let me voice Timo. The kids still hate Timo though, right?
Oh, we always hate Timo. Fuck, it's always.
Yeah, let me be the voice of Timo. Riot, let me get that.
Yeah.
I would love to see some shit with Shurima. I would definitely love to see this nigga Nasus and Renekton square off with fucking Azir and shit. And
all right, this podcast is
whatever
getting
name
a
that
little
you said.
too
Yeah,
nerdy.
No,
This podcast, the GI podcast is great because it's a socialized podcast. Okay, we're gamers who are socialized. You're getting too nerdy, ethos.
You're right. I apologize.
Jesus Christ, you can feel the neck beard growing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, ooh, damn. I'm gonna have to shave after this. I apologize.
Does anybody care about Ghost Recon Frontline?
No.
I forgot
There
this
was
existed.
nothing in this trailer that made me say, "Hey, I'm excited to play this BR game." Hell no.
I forgot it existed until I actually went into my pocket where like I saved my articles so I don't ever forget. And like I was like, oh yeah, they did announce a new BR game. For those unaware, it's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontline. It's a new BR game in like the Ghost Recon universe. Shit looks like ass. I mean, if you go look up the trailer on YouTube, they're currently, fun fact, at 21,000 dislikes and 5,000 likes. So people aren't really fucking with this game like that. It doesn't look very good. It just looks like reused assets and they're trying to get like a free to play arena BR game. I don't know. I just put whatever. I didn't know if we had enough to talk about. Fuck it.
Ubisoft is on it's on this losing streak again. They're just like throwing darts and seeing what sticks, and this isn't working. Like even like the other game that we play, I forgot the name of it, but that game about to get scrapped too.
Speaking
the game that we got early access to is crap. But
speaking of losers, Activision is in some hot water. So so I'm actually curious to hear your hot take on this because JG is our residential
Oh yeah,
what's the
SJW?
word? SJW, yeah, gaming SJW. So the CEO of Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, he is currently under like a bunch of sexual fucking allegations, like 100 different ones, and like there's like 1,600. There's a bunch of people walking out. There's a big ass petition. People are trying to get him up out of here, but apparently he's still there. He hasn't been voted off as like the boss of everything, so people are pissed about this shit. And the only reason I brought this up is because like after all these allegations, all this drama, do you think that people give a fuck enough to stop buying Call of Duty?
No, and it's sad. Like I've seen so many people, and you know they have been black, so I already know that like we're very vocal about this stuff, and we're like, yo, like if y'all really want to hit these companies where it hurts, like y'all need to stop playing whatever. But literally nothing's going to change. I don't know what it's really going to take in order for people to be like, look, like morally, I don't feel good playing Call of Duty. Morally, I don't feel good playing anything that Blizzard has brought out. Like that's really gonna be even tougher than Call of Duty is a Blizzard side, because like all of this is all intertwined. But Kotaku, I saw Kotaku, they chose violence because they literally outed everybody who was on the Activision board, and boy oh boy, if you go down that rabbit hole, it was some people on that board that were in Jeffrey Epstein's little red book.
Oh my lord!
Like I said, yeah, if you really, I decided to read that article. I said, oh my god, like this is the stuff that people truly don't know. Like some of the people in this Activision Blizzard boy, they're on some other stuff. Like they obviously Activision is like the only thing that they were on the board for. Like it's a whole bunch of other things that some of these people, like 9 people, they were on this board total, I think, and yeah, they were involved in some other stuff. So it gets deeper than just Kotick, and it makes sense why, like, you know, all of the people who were also on the board were defending him. You know, not the actual employees, not the Activision Blizzard employees, but the people who are on the board. They were like, yeah, you know, we still feel like he's a good leader and da. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. But all of this, bro, it's getting worse and worse. It's literally getting worse and worse. And I just don't think that the gaming community as a whole is going to step up and be like, look, like this is some crap. Morally, I don't feel good supporting anything that Activision and Blizzard is making right now until they make some changes, because it doesn't, like, if Kotek goes down, I think he'll probably be the only one. It's going to be another piece of crap that's going to take his place, most likely, if he ends up getting forcefully removed, or just decides, take the cop out, like, all right, I'm getting too much heat, so I'm just going to step down, because that's just what they do. Like, they don't really relinquish power. They just end up getting either getting forced to step down, or they'll just voluntarily step down, but still in some form or fashion have some sort of control over whatever that they're on the board for. So this is crazy. I encourage y'all to look it up. I'm not going to get into full detail, but I just thought that part was very interesting about like some of the people who are on the Activision Blizzard board. But this is crap, bro. This is crap. But I don't think the gamers got it in them to step down, bro. If they did, I would applaud them, because I can easily not play Call of Duty. Fuck that game. So like it ain't gonna be hurting me. But a lot of other people, they have a lot of stock in this, and like I see people on every side. It doesn't matter what race you are. They just love the freaking game, and they they're separating it. But sometimes I think you got to look at the deeper picture when it comes to these situations. Like it's a lot of crap going on, and oof.
I think the interesting thing about this story is like, all right, yeah, we should get rid of him just for like a moral standpoint. But like, all right, Activision, you don't care about morals. We get it. If it's one thing we know is that Activision loves some money, right? All right, so why not remove him at least from a financial, a business standpoint? Because this is horrible PR. And it's important because I feel like Activision isn't thinking about this, right? If you keep this weirdo on as the boss, it could affect your bottom line from a standpoint of, Call of Duty Vanguard isn't really doing that great. It's not being received. It's like people are kind of like, like it's competent, right? It's not really doing that great. Warzone is it's riddled with the hackers and shit. So a lot of people are moving over to Apex. If we're gonna keep it a buck, Overwatch 2 has not been received that well.
Shit dead.
Yeah, that shit ain't even out, and it is dead. DLC right now, at this point, the only thing Activision really got in the tuck like that is probably that Destiny expansion coming out in February.
Oh, they don't own that. They don't own.
Oh, they don't own that. So
yeah, because Bungie's gone.
Okay. So Activision, you kind of need a W right now. You might want to get rid of this dude because from a gaming, y'all don't got shit going on, bruh. What else they got? Guitar Hero? Like what?
And then they got
just World of Warcraft and Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, World of Warcraft's doing great. Let me tell you about that.
I don't know, man.
World of Warcraft has fallen from heaven, dog. World of Warcraft is like getting destroyed right now, so that's great too.
Those stocks are plummeting right now for Activision.
They don't have any bangers right now. If you think of their whole portfolio, outside like their mobile probably space, which is probably saving them, they have no certified bangers right now. Everything's mid and trash.
I can argue Activision's been trash for a while, bro. They need a new IP. So like for them to not like take this situation serious is weird. And I'm looking at this picture on PC Gamer. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga looks like a weirdo, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And then all the latest thing, people were saying that they were playing Diablo 2 again. So I guess besides that, they don't have anything. Like Activision literally just has Call of Duty. Like Blizzard has been the one thing besides Call of Duty every year that's been holding them afloat. And even like I said, World of Warcraft is kind of tanking. Overwatch 2, nobody talking about. Crazy part and they just been bringing out old stuff like Diablo 2. They revived Diablo 2 and then World of Warcraft again. So
if Activision falls apart, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna really care.
I'm not gonna care.
They don't have the IPs that I care about. So fuck them.
I won't bat an eyelash.
I won't bat an eyelash. As much as EA fucks up, I would bat an eyelash if they fucking got wiped out.
They got Mass
all my IPs are going. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'd be drinking with the Henny, bro, if that happened. But Activision, no, they ain't not a damn thing, bro. They could lose everything, and I would not bat an eye. I would be totally cool with it.
You guys are. This is not the early 2000s and the 90s Activision. You are not that lit, bro.
Shout out to all those World of Warcraft refugees. I know y'all over in Final Fantasy 14. Y'all on better lands right now, but shout out to all you refugees.
I'm telling you, all it takes right now.
They came over.
All the refugees. We call them wild refugees, bro. They realized their game was so fucking terrible and toxic. Then they came over to FF14 and it was like going to heaven. They were just like, wow, I can't believe it. It's really nice over here.
It's like the industry side that's not fucking with Activision. So like at this point, all it takes right now is for like all those big Warzone streamers to band together and be like, we not fucking with Activision, and like that shit would that influence on the audience that would affect them.
I don't even think
they're not gonna do it though.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to be the players. So literally, PlayStation and Xbox, both Phil and whatever Jack or whatever, I forgot his name for PlayStation. They both came out and were like, "Yo, like y'all are tripping, bro. Y'all need to get this man the fuck up out of here." And I think if they really were about that, life, some of this is posturing, I think. But I'm like, if you really about that life, Phil Spencer, cut ties with them up. Like, don't sell Call of Duty. Don't let him put Call of Duty on your Xbox. Bet you money, less than a day that man would be gone. If you made it where you said we're not going to sell any more copies of Call of Duty on both PlayStation or Xbox, less than a day his ass is gone. I guarantee you they kick him out in less than a day, bro. That's all they would need to do it. Because if they got that, bro, you imagine how low the bottom line would be that one of your biggest IPs can't get any new sales, and they're going to hold that until you get rid of your CEO. That's all you'd have to do, bro. They need to kick him out.
We gonna see. Only time can tell.
Yeah, fuck him. All my homies hate Bobby Kotick. Fuck that motherfucker.
Freaking.
He could give me $1 million right now for Samurai Zero, and I tell him to suck my dick.
All right,
man, that whole board needs to go. What it seems like.
Jeez, tell him how you feel.
I stand by that shit, bro. Fuck that motherfucker, dog. Fuck all people that treat people like that.
All my homies hate Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, all my homies hate him, bro. Screw him all.
He said it. He just said, "Oh, it's misleading."
That ain't Bobby's world.
Yeah, that ain't really what happened. It's misleading.
We only love Bobby Brown. True. What's the name? I'm kind of tight for time because the guy who's supposed to be detailing my car is actually in the fucking parking lot.
Oh, perfect. All right, let's call it today.
Wait, no, because didn't we say we was gonna take questions from the chat or whatever?
Nah, we gotta go now. We gotta go.
No, because he said take your time. I was gonna say like the next 10 minutes maybe, like take a few.
Oh, okay.
If anybody wants, if anybody has anything.
All right, we got one. We got Valor Apex.
Oh God, don't let him up here.
My God, he's gonna ask about Apex.
He's gonna ask about Apex.
Make sure you got a good mic.
No, yeah. I just wanted to piggyback on Arcane because me and Ethos were literally talking about how I never played League of Legends. I only knew about Jinx, and Jinx, I didn't know her real name. So when that kind of clicked for me, and that I think it was the first or second episode that was pretty amazing. The show is 10 out of 10. And then it's kind of bittersweet because that's what I thought they were originally gonna do with Overwatch when Overwatch came out.
Hey, what you playing in the background?
Nothing.
He got a kid, bro. He got a kid.
So he playing Battlefield. No, okay.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I thought they were originally gonna do that with Overwatch, so that's pretty disappointing, but bittersweet because at least this one is a 10 out of 10.
Can you imagine being an Overwatch fan right now, just watching like League of Legends of all things, them like eating, like literally like living the dream that you wish you prayed Blizzard would do, was to create an animated movie, and you're just never gonna see it. That's the worst.
You lost me. Could you imagine being an Overwatch fan? I don't know why that's so funny when you said that.
I like lie. If you're an Overwatch fan now, bro, you gotta be down terrible right now,
bro.
I feel so sorry for those people.
So we got another vote from Valor Apex to make sure to watch Arcane. There it is.
There he goes.
There you go. You in the middle of that.
What's up? No, I just wanted to piggyback off what Ethos was saying about Vanguard, bro. Call of Duty. I ain't think the days was gonna come, but Call of Duty can stale, bro. I mean, it's kind of hurting me, but since Activision going through that shit, they can eat a dick too, so it's all good.
Hey, shout out to my homies. All my homies hate Activision.
Further reinforcing our point that like they don't got no heaters and like they got this drama going on. Like, bro, it's not a good look for y'all. More financial.
But that's all I had to say, bro. I appreciate y'all. Y'all inspiring her, bro, for real. So that's all I had to say.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Yo, what's good, people?
What did you do?
What's good?
I'm chilling currently. I'm handling some protein right now. I appreciate y'all. I want to say I've never played Halo to this capacity before. This new Halo to me has the potential to be like a staple shooter, period, because right now Battlefield's looking COD's looking COD, you know what I mean? So I'm curious to see for the next 3 or 4 years, do you think Halo Infinite is strong enough to really be that type of shooter?
I think if they clean up that battle pass, yeah. and then like they keep flooding the content because I think they have the advantage over. Like they have the advantage over Battlefield for the simple fact they're free to play. I mean, Fortnite killed PUBG because it was free to play and then it was buggy. And it's crazy because Battlefield is facing the same exact issue now that I think about it. It's buggy and then there's a paywall. Well, Halo is free and it runs great. We could see this happen again. History might be repeating itself.
Yeah, I think they need. I think they need to increase the community aspect. I think if they hone in on like who their core fans are and also make it because and bring it back to TBH's point with it being free to play, I think they brought a lot of people in as it is, like whether you were a Halo fan back in the day or not, trying it out for the first time. I think that was one of the major things that Microsoft did that just really killed it. But I think if they continue to bring more moments, like have special events and stuff to not only appease the core fans but also like, you know, make it more of an aspect of like I want to keep coming back because there's something special going on right now, and you know I want to get this special armor or I want to, you know, get whatever. I think that they continue to bring us the content, whether it's in the battle pass or just, you know, a one-off type of situation. I think that they'll really bring more people in and have them continue playing. And I think that they also need to hone in on the esports aspect because I mean back in the day, like I said before, you know, there was anything you know, battle royale as before there was a Fortnite, before Call of Duty really got off its feet with Modern Warfare. Like Halo 2, Halo 1, 2, and 3 were like super competitive, more so when Halo 2 came out, but those games were super competitive. Like that was the first time that I heard about like, you know, esports teams coming together to play, you know, this type of game competitively. You know, outside of like, you know, Quake and Unreal. So like Halo was one of the goals back in the day, and you know, it just kind of fell off, you know, after Halo 3 as far as the competitive aspect and overall. So I think that they really honed in on the esports aspect too. I think they'll kill the game because like I said, you know, Halo, you know, it got a lot of people nostalgic wise, including myself, but it also got people who didn't really play Halo like that, you know, ethos. And you say yourself, Gifted, you didn't really play Halo either. I've seen so many people like, you know, actually are willing to try it. So I think if they hone in on the community aspect, you know, get your core fans together and get that esports thing going, I think they'll be good. I think they'll be able to get a revival on the esports team and really make it a competitive type of thing.
Is JG speculating the return of T-Square?
Bro, T-Square has been on it, bro. T-Square has been playing Apex a lot, so I hope he went back to Halo. I haven't checked in on him since the game came out, but hey, T-Square might be making a comeback. That dude was a goat at Halo.
Yeah, I almost feel like watching that MTV I'm a Pro Gamer from like 20 years ago just to see how the world has changed. I'm kind of intrigued now.
This is like what I was talking about. That was the first thing I was like, yo, y'all playing Halo like this? Y'all playing Quake and shit, like Fatality and stuff. That was a good episode. I love that.
Shit is lit, bruh. But we appreciate you, Gifted Blade.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you guys. I want y'all to know to keep on going. Y'all inspire me to even get into content creation. So I appreciate y'all, boys. Have a good one.
Yes,
Easy,
sir.
Man. Freaking, and that's all we got on the show notes. That's all the questions we got from you guys. So we appreciate you. We're going to wrap up episode 117. So you got the show floor, JG. What is your closing statement for episode Gaming Illuminati episode 117? Go.
And I want to quote the great Young Dog, RP Young Dog, bro. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. That really says something to me, dog. That's all I'm trying to do, just get paid.
I feel that. Ethos, what's your closing statement for episode 117? Go.
Yeah, RIP to Young Dolph. Taken way too early. Also, fuck Bobby Kotick. All my homies hate Bobby Kotick. And also, watch Arcane. It's good for your soul.
True. Since we all doing that, I'll make my closing statement. R.I.P. Young Dolph as well. If I could quote the late great, that bitch like to argue, so I said that bitch to law school. That shit was hard, bro. What's the name? R.I.P. Young Dolph. What's the name? If you guys enjoyed the show, hopefully you did. Make sure to hit the like button if you're watching the video version. If you're listening to the audio version, make sure to rate this show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And we will see you guys again soon on the next episode of the Game and Illuminati podcast. Peace.